everybody. It's Tuesday, February 24th, 2026. Welcome to the Giant Bombcast, episode 929. I'm your host, Jan Ochoa. Joining me, as always, co-captain of the ship. They didn't let him hit the ice for the free skate, Jeff Grubb.
Yeah, but I'm also not celebrating my basement with Cash Patel, so I'm the real winner here. Don't worry about it.
You are the real winner, and the real winner, as always, in our hearts, in your hearts. He's standing at the podium, ready to get all 3 medals for the doubles luge all by himself. Jeff Bacalar.
You can do a doubles luge by yourself?
You can, Bacalar. That's what makes you so special.
That's right.
I would be a skeleton guy, I think. I'm gonna raw dog that track.
I would love to see that.
Honker first.
Oh.
You know?
Okay.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do I mean? The skeleton, the most insane sport in the history of mankind, where you're going down that luge track dome first.
I've been luging, and that was terrifying, like on its own, like going on an actual Olympic training. A luge course that they use for bobsled and everything else up in Kalamazoo, Michigan. Skeleton hadn't been invented yet, I don't think, when I did that. Or if it had, they didn't tell me about it.
We didn't have the technology yet.
Yeah. They're just like, no human body could survive that. It's crazy that anyone does it.
And you know what? He doesn't need any medals. He doesn't need a skeleton because he is all rage. He is the bird boy of games media, Mike Minotti.
Hi, friends. I hope you're doing well.
That's right. He's so bad. He's filled with rage underneath the surface.
What is that, man?
How's it going, buddies? It's nice to see you.
Dan
Mike,
Riker.
could you just be normal this episode?
Sorry, my bad.
I just never know what I'm gonna get with you. I see you're like, you can't wait. You're like a little kid getting picked in first grade by the teacher, just waiting for Jan to toss over to you.
I was the opposite
wiggling
back
in your
then.
chair.
I hated that. I was like, sit in the
did
back order. Don't look at me. Don't call on me. I'm scared.
Dan Reichert is out on assignment today. But Dan worked on some things. One of his assignments from last week. We will see the fruits of that very, very soon. Very fun fruits, I should say. Sorry, Mike. I didn't mean to bring up fruits as much.
Gross.
Yeah,
be careful. Hey,
can't say fun fruits are gross, Mike. That's hateful. Come on, man.
Listen, speaking of wild animals, okay. I had something happen this morning. I just have to share because it is buck wild.
Was it a buck?
Okay. Nope. Different kind of animal, but a wild one. Okay. Snowed about 20 inches here. Okay?
That's insane.
It's insane. It's a lot of snow. And I live near a little bit of water, and you can animals run across the frozen water, right? This morning, I open the shades, I look out, and across the street, my neighbor, who has had their driveway plowed, it's like 4 feet of snow all around the perimeter of the driveway. It's like a little sort of like safe sort of cape. I look over, as I do every morning when I open the shades, and I see 3 coyotes.
Ooh.
Coyotes. Ooh. A 3-pack. They go into the driveway and they're just sort of like, we're safe here. Let's just lounge out. One of them takes a shit. One of them like smelling around. They're doing their business. They're like stretching. I'm like, they must have just woken up. Like they're stretching out. They're like, suburbia, whatever. Then all of a sudden, 2 of them start going at it. Like really going at it. Like having. Okay, great. Guys, do you know what happens to coyotes after they do it?
I don't
go
know.
To sleep?
I have no idea.
They don't smoke cigarettes. Chat, does anyone know what happens to coyotes in the winter after they bone?
What?
Because my friends, it's the last thing you expect.
Do they piss on each other?
What, do they start playing piano? Like
what could they possibly do? They don't have anything. What do they got? They got nothing.
She pulls out a gun and says, "Get out of my house." Like what?
People in chat have gotten it correct. Boys, they get stuck.
Wow.
They get stuck. The Lego pieces get stuck. And for an extended period of time, there was an 8-legged creature running up and down the fucking driveway because they were stuck inside each other. Okay? I recorded it. In case you're that curious, if you want to see.
Excellent. Yeah.
That's
I just
going on
gotta say-
premium. So
Yeah.
It's hilarious. There's no other way to put it. It's also proof there's no God. Because
It should work more. It should work better than that.
undeniable proof.
Yeah.
Undeniable proof. They're going up and down, and it's like they don't know what's happening. They're just like, oh my god, what do we do? What happens? What do we do? And I'm not joking. 10 minutes. For 10 minutes, they were interlocked in that
10
way
minutes after
that you-
the post-coital period
what is the third coyote doing?
in the cock
He's
chair.
he's the sicko. He's just watching.
Yeah.
He's just into this whole thing. Honestly, I don't know the dynamic of that pack. I do know they're monogamous after we sort of researched this. You know, I said to say something like, you got to Google what's happening across the street right now because these two freaks are just
careful.
stuck together. And like, it's weird because you're like, I knew immediately that's what happened. Like, and we just needed Google to confirm exactly like the sort of like biological explanation of what was going on.
Do they have corkscrew wieners and vaginas? Like, what is that?
That's stuck.
I think it's just
I think so how does it get stuck? That's what I'm asking.
like I think it's just a swollen hog. I think it's just that. I think it's a bulbous hog.
Huh, good
It
for
just
him.
gets sort of
Cool.
trapped inside there. Yeah. Will's got it. It inflates.
It inflates.
I mean,
Like a clown balloon animal, perhaps.
it's a good thing it's them and not us, right? Because can you imagine like there was an emergency and like you just so happen to you know what, and it's like, oh no, I got a piece of her, but I'm stuck.
I'm surprised.
Get under
there's
this
still-
trench coat.
I'm surprised there's still coyotes after seeing what happened.
Right,
Like
yeah,
what these guys
right.
got to go
Oh,
through.
sure.
Like, my
This is not
gosh.
just a coyote thing though. This is all dogs. I think have do this.
Whoa, for real? I
Yeah.
feel like I've definitely seen I feel like I've
maybe
seen a
not
lot
all-
of dogs
I
do
think
this and not be
I think they
attached.
have. I think they get attached. Yeah, look, I'm not
Is it
a
like a
dog
100% of the
doctor.
time? It happens every time? Sorry to sound like Anchorman, but
Well, no, the results of this sort of moment pretty much more often than not end in a somewhat extended period of time of being stuck.
wow, okay.
Yeah, chat
Cool.
confirms it's a canine thing.
Oh God, I've never seen the dogs get wrapped up in
Does
that
it happen
kind of
to
business.
wolves? Right?
It's
Because if
like,
it does,
wait,
like,
gotta.
It
It's
must.
gotta.
Is that why I have two wolves in me? They're stuck together?
yeah, they're stuck together. they
Damn.
won't stop boning and getting stuck together.
Jeez.
I gotta
Oh,
ask
man.
Eye Patch Wolf. I don't know, but this was wild, and
Maybe-
it was hilarious, but also kind of sad because you're like, oh my God,
Sure.
it's 8 legs. They're never gonna agree on which direction to walk in.
No.
It's like cat
yeah.
dog.
Yeah.
It's exactly
It's exactly
that.
like
What
cat
happened to
dog.
cat dog? That's right.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Okay.
All right,
well,
I'll share a picture if you guys want. There you go.
Yeah.
I would no, thank
do.
you.
No,
I
thank you.
do.
well,
It's harmless enough because
Okay,
it
I
got
guess
so far away that it's sort of just like it's like comical.
All right, I
You
guess
know what I
I would.
mean? Like it's
Yeah.
not graphic in
I like
any
you
way.
taking pictures of it, you freak.
What do you mean?
Chuck
What do you
ate a
mean?
hot dog just to update everybody. Just
Cool.
ate a
Okay,
hot
cool.
dog.
all right.
If
Get back
you
to
saw-
work, check. I'm being a hot dog.
If you saw two coyotes stuck together, you wouldn't take a photo of that?
No, I think I'd just walk away. I would do the thing
I don't know.
like when you drive
know
past an
what to do.
accident or something like happening, like, oh, I wonder what's oh gosh, I'm gonna keep going.
Mhm.
All right, I'll find chat. I'll put it in chat for all you freaks.
Oh boy.
Careful.
It's
This might be against.
Why did you
TOS,
put it
I don't-
twice?
It's not TOS. Get out of here.
Get out. Yeah.
Oh, Jeff Backlar, for the audio listeners there, Jeff Backlar's just spamming this like it's an oats code or something.
Oh, I didn't know they were ass to ass.
Well, buddy, I hate to break it to you, but that's where the parts are located.
Oh my
Well, yeah, but
god.
they're like facing the opposite direction. I didn't know it was like that.
This photo. Look at these freaks, man. That I feel way worse for the guy.
God.
yeah,
you know what I mean?
I don't think
Podcast.
anyone's coming out a winner in this situation.
At least, like presumably the female is like less uncomfortable, right? Because
Oh.
Do you know what I
Oh.
mean?
Did you ask her?
Nah, I didn't get that close. And you know, we were reading, we're like, oh, they feel very vulnerable in this moment. Of course.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
I would too.
Which is why they sort of like stuck inside this 4-foot snow cave. They thought this was like a safe space to do their nastiness.
Little did they know Jeff Baclar was lurking.
Little
Peeping
did they
Tom
know they
over
had been
here.
exploited for content not 3 hours later.
I have to say it. I didn't know that this is what Coyote style was. Okay. Hey, you can support us gawking at animals and appreciating the miracle of life and nature by supporting us. Jeff Grubb, how could people support us out there if they want
also,
to?
if for some reason you want to cancel it as well, just go to giantbomb.com/join. Become a premium member. We appreciate everyone that has done that already. Your support enables us to keep doing awesome stuff that we want to do, that you want us to do. And we notice it. It means the world. It gets you a lot of special goodies, ad-free shows. We're launching a bunch of cool premium stuff right now. Grub Snacks Premium, Marry Me Tomodachi. Get in on the action, please, and thank you.
Yes. After today, I think we will be dropping episode 2 of 9 Lives of Mr. Mistopheles. Jeff Grubb, do you possibly remember what happened?
Oh, I remember every detail, Jan. I'm sure there were cats.
Yes.
Yeah, how'd you sabotage Chuck this time?
By tell him to have fun in the game.
Mike, you'll realize that Chuck sabotages himself.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
He doesn't need our help. Yeah.
I'm not gonna be surprised if the rest of the lives go in this one. I gotta be honest.
That's the mystery, folks. You gotta tune in. Yesterday we dropped another episode of This Is the Run, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Folks, we transitioned and we're going to start pre-recording those. We saw the feedback of how frustrating it was for folks not able to catch that live and when that was going to be posted up, so we're going to try and address that. We're going to try and get more in the bank as these boys try and win some bank. So that's out. Marry Me Tomodachi episode 0 came out last week. Episode 1, the proper Love Islanding is happening this Thursday, gang.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
That's exciting.
A bunch of other stuff popping off. Grub Snacks. Jeff Grubb is recording all that. And more premium stuff, as Grubb said, is on the way. Actively being recorded. On the way.
Oh, there's something that's banked. There's something that's getting banked as we speak. It's like money in the bank.
Yes.
That song says it's not about the money, but I want to say it's all about the money. Money.
Yes.
That's right. Giant Bomb content is now currency. Take it to Chipotle and buy a burrito.
That's why we want to be millionaires in that game show.
Yeah, it all makes me so happy. I'm so cheery. I'm so merry. I'm just giggling all over the place here with all the premium content. And thanks to you at home. Boys, y'all want to talk about anything else other than animals mid-coitus?
Yes. Big thing happened here. So I had this song, the song No Scrubs by TLC?
Yes.
Yeah.
That stuck in my head all weekend. And then I realized that scrub rhymes with grub. So just all weekend long, I was like, no, I don't want no grub. A grub is no guy. You can get no love from me. Hanging out the passenger side of his best friend's ride. Yeah, trying to holler at me that I'm like, okay, phone call, friend code. No, I don't want your friend code. No, I don't want to give you mine. And yeah, so that's
this
how I
was your weekend. This is what you did.
Chunk of it.
Decent part, the memorable part, the cool part.
He washed his dishes.
I don't want no grub. Grub no get no love from me.
Yeah, this was a classic hit at the time. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Very timely.
You folks weren't ready for it,
I have a rich, fulfilling life.
Yes. I watched a play on Sunday.
Oh.
That was cool.
Oh, yeah?
I caught the Paranormal Activity play.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. They made a play. It's not of any of the movies, as far as I know. It is, I guess, in the same universe of ghost spooky stuff happening. And here's the thing. It's a very small cast, only 4 actors, and they're trying to build on the tension, play to the horror. And I felt really bad because the audience kept laughing.
Was it a nervous laugh because it was spooky?
I think it was like a nervous laugh, and after every like successful scare, and like the practical stage effects, very nice, very cool,
Right.
very well done. Overall story, but like I enjoyed it overall. But after every scare, it'd be like, whew, whew. So I think it was more of like a releasing a tension laugh. But
Yeah, I mean, there's not that much difference between those feelings of like a outburst of laughter and an outburst of fright, right? Yeah.
in a movie, though, I think it's fine, right? Because like, okay, here's a collective exhale amongst all of us. But when it's a play, and the two people putting on the show are right in front of you,
That's rough.
For me. It's like, oh, I hope everyone else is feeling how I'm feeling, and that like, hey, no, we appreciate what you're doing. You're doing good. You're doing great. Keep going. Yeah.
I'm into that. There's not enough like horror plays.
Yeah. Agreed.
What about
I think it's a good idea. Well, that's a different kind of horror.
Yeah. I'm like, how does it work? Like, because jump scares are only going to be so effective, right? I mean, someone could jump out of stage 200 yards away from me, and I'm not going to feel much.
So how the stage layout was, it was kind of like they ripped the fourth wall out of a house, so you just saw like 2 floors of a house. It was very impressive, the set. So first floor, second floor, and the lighting is directed in such a way they're trying to make it look like it's practical lighting. So like the couple will be downstairs in the living room, so the lights will be off on the second floor, and because it's such a big set and there's only 2 actors, your eyes can't help but scan across. So that's how they're trying to add in like little bits of horror, because you'll see people like staring at the actors, and then you'll see like other people in the audience like darting their eyes over there, so then you're looking over there now.
Interesting.
And they'll just like play with the whole thing of like, did I just see something? Did I see someone? Like in a window or in the lights, or just futz around with the shadows. Really well done. If you're in San Francisco or in the Bay Area, totally do recommend go checking it out. And very, very spooky time. Here's my issue, though. Here's the biggest issue. I don't care about the story. It is, I think, merch for shows, and this goes to concerts as well. A little bit disappointing, because all this was, it was just a black tee that just said Paranormal Activity Show in just like the worst screen print. And I'm like, guys, come on. What are we going to do here? Why even sell merch at this point?
$60, right?
Yeah.
I like merch that like comes from as if it exists inside of the show or movie or whatever, where it's like, if there's like a brand that exists inside the show, like the Aperture Science stuff, that's fun. That's definitely my preference these days, as opposed to something that just says the name of the movie. That's always less exciting.
You
to
want
me
like
now.
a Duff beer can, right?
Yes,
like,
exactly.
Okay.
Sure,
That sort of thing is going to always be better for me.
I saw Evil Dead the musical many years ago, like 20 years ago. Oh my god.
That's that's crazy.
Wow,
actually,
that's the real horror here. Time passing.
2006, 2007,
20 years ago.
Something like that. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, in New York, and it was like, did they try and take Paranormal Activity a little seriously?
I don't know.
Yeah, because it's not a very serious. I mean, I guess the movies try and pretend like they are, found footage, real sort of stuff, right?
Yeah, they kind of jumped the shark after, like, once a horror franchise reaches like 3 movies, I think it quickly jumps the shark, and it's no longer taking itself seriously.
Yeah, for sure.
It's the Rocky 3 rule. After that, you can do whatever.
Yeah,
you could solve the Cold War.
Yeah, the Evil Dead show was very, very much like a parody, right? They like handed out ponchos because of the blood,
Oh, cool.
It was that kind of thing. It was off Broadway. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, Stacey's a huge Scream freak, and I think Scream 11 is coming out tomorrow or something like that.
Yeah,
if you can believe it. So
I believe it.
But yeah, anyone else got anything else from their weekend they want to goof and gab about?
Just no grubs.
Just the gold medal in ice hockey, the best sport ever.
Yeah.
Oh, hey,
they ruined hockey for you guys, I heard.
I'm not feeling very great about them. Yep.
Wasn't great. Don't feel excellent. I feel good about everything until everything else. I don't know. I just want to like what I like. I feel it's fucking.
It would have been so easy too if they just
Everything's a
would've-
nightmare.
Yep.
Fucking
Cash
loser
Patel,
dork
the
assholes.
biggest
Like,
loser in the world.
fucking.
Oh.
I just don't want to like. Yeah, I don't know.
And it would have been easy to be like, okay, well, whatever. I bet those guys don't know who Cash Patel is. And then, but then they like still embraced him after I'm sure that someone told them at that point. Also, they're going to go to the State of the Union, I guess. And then they laughed at Trump's joke about the women's hockey team. Fuck these guys. Get the fuck out of here. You guys need to ruin this very awesome thing.
What gold medalist we can root for, though? Bay Area's own Alyssa Liu, baby.
Yeah. She is the coolest. Oh my God. Literally the coolest person. I mean like ice cold cool. Like nothing gets to her. She rules.
That photo? Oh my God. Photo of her like midair? Where she's on the podium and celebrating.
Yep.
Oh, I just like, oh my God. Amazing.
Grub, I think in our Discord you asked, are people in the Bay Area celebrating her? In the streets, everyone is.
Yeah.
Actually, Grub, there is like I felt it. There is like a shift in
vibe
better
shift has happened,
positivity in the Bay Area because of Alyssa Liu. It's like when the Warriors were a dynasty. It's like the same injection of energy that Steph Curry gave us.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, and she's honestly like probably better than Steph Curry at her job than Steph Curry is at his. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like her attitude toward it is infectious.
That's right. We're moving the capital of the United States to Oakland.
That's right.
Town business.
Another win for the woke agenda.
There
Let's
we
go.
go. That's right. Sideshows every single Sunday. Everyone is getting whistle tips. The Raiders are coming back to Oakland.
Oh shit.
Everyone's coming back.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, I thought instead of moving to LA, what if I just go to Oakland?
Yeah.
Folks at home, let's talk about video games.
A grub is a guy that thinks he's fly. It's also known as a grubster.
I'm a bubster.
Yeah,
Bubster.
they're Bubster, like Bubsy, yeah.
Yeah.
Always talk about what he wants. It just sits on his broke ass. So, no,
This is
I
accurate
don't
so
want
far.
your friend code. No, I don't want to give you mine.
Speaking
code's
about
funny.
winter sports, Jeff Grubb, you have been playing Cool Borders.
Yeah, I was definitely like feeling it after the Olympics, which I've always enjoyed. Like my whole life, I've enjoyed watching the Olympics, and I was like, I definitely played some 1080. I'm like, I should try some other snowboarding games. So Cool Borders just got added to Switch through console archives from the people who do arcade archives, and yeah. That game was never any good. It was just, but it's still nostalgic in a lot of ways. You know, that price for, you're probably not going to get your money's worth because the game was maybe mediocre to begin with and it hasn't aged any better, but it's still nostalgic. I don't know what the right price for that is. It's not like $10 or whatever I ended up paying for this thing. It's probably closer to like 7 or 8, but whatever. These things do go on sale frequently, and that's where you should probably be making these purchases. But as someone who was in the mood for snowboarding at the time, I picked it up, and it's like, yeah, this is early 3D, and they thought the way you get a character to move right is move their body right, which is not how snowboarding works. You got to push against the ground with your feet, and that's like what makes the games fun for me. But Cool Borders misses that, and still it has, the early PlayStation music where they're like, this is just a CD. Let's put awesome music on here, and dumbass characters, and the PlayStation effect of just the terrain popping into view with those really chunky polygons. All that stuff still works. So I enjoyed myself, even if the game was never and has never been good.
God, I love chunky polygons. That also just has a good mouth feel to it.
Yeah, chunky polygons.
Chunky
Yeah.
polygons.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the one that I was like really into.
You seem like an amped guy to me. We play
No,
with
it
In
was
amped.
cool.
console,
No, I'm talking about Cool Borders. I think it was PlayStation. Maybe it was
it was
2.
probably later. Cool Borders probably got better after this. I think it did. It's
I think it's 2 because that was the one where they were like Cool Borders, right?
that sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I like Snowboard Kids more.
Snowboard Kids is okay. And I like Snowboard Kids because that's the one where you have to like get on the ski lift. So that's like part of the course. So you have to like snowboard down, and then you have to get in line to take the
That's
lift
good. That's
up there.
that's pretty smart, actually.
It's fun.
I don't think I played any snowboarding games until like the PS2 for some reason. I think in my head, I-
Well,
SSX.
SSX is when it really blew up.
Yeah, I think in my head I was like, oh, I don't have snow near me. I can't play these games.
No, you're not allowed to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll say this: like, we are in desperate need of a skiing, like a great skiing game.
Now, would you
Yeah.
want something arcadey or like?
Well, so what was the Downriders? It was one of my favorite
Riders
games last
Republic.
year. No, it's like downhill mountain skier rider. The thing I played
yes.
so much of that.
Right. Downhill. God, I'll find it.
Mountain Riders.
Lonely
Something
Tony
like
Hawk's
that.
Downhill Jam.
No, Mike.
Lonely Mountain. Is it
Lonely Mountain skier friends. Lonely Mountain snow riders. Thank you, Dirty.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fairly simmy and fairly realistic physics wise, but I'm talking about, some kind of like in between that and Tony Hawk, but for skiing, where I don't want it to be like goofy. I want it to be like grounded in some realism. I mean, because that's what like the next generation of snow sports people, like they're predominantly skiers. Like they're all about that skiing. So I want that. I want that experience.
Have you played Steep?
Yeah, Steep is like, I don't know.
I think it did all right.
It evolved, right? Yeah. So maybe it's worth checking back in on that. But I remember when it came out, I was like, this is not doing it for me.
Yeah, it's maybe not quite in that buttery zone of where you want it between arcadey and semi. It's maybe a little bit. I don't know. It's in some no man's land. I still remember enjoying it, especially going back to it later after they did make some updates. It did get better.
We'll check it.
Okay.
That's Cool Borders.
That's Cool Borders. Jeff Grubb, you were sticking in the snow. Steam Next Fest is also happening here, folks. We're going to go check out a bunch of demos this Friday during UPF. But in the meantime, we actually have a whole slew of demos we've been checking out. Jeff Grubb, you've been playing the sledding game.
Yeah, it's called Sledding Game. It might be out in early access, but they have a demo for it as they were updating it. On Steam, and I think it's a friend slot game. I played it by myself, but it's pretty sure it's I know, right? Exactly. I think you can have up to 8 players join you, and you just play like a little pudgy frog-looking guy, and you can go up the ski lift, and once you get up there, you can hit the left shift button, and you just drop one of them sleds, the little saucer sleds, and you start going down the hill. And you're kind of committed to your path because you only have so much control in that thing. Like you can kind of lean a little bit, but it's mostly just about sledding around. I think with your friends. I like the physics. It's got a cool like vibe to it. I'm not sure even if you did have a bunch of friends in there, like how much would you get out of here? But it's like I could tell it's very much about the sandbox of we're just hanging out and we're going to come up with an idea of like let's go down that hill and see if we can make this jump. And if you get that kind of fun out of games like these, like if that recent skate game really hit you hard and you want something even dumber and even like less serious, I think this might be it.
Yeah, I see you could throw snowballs at each other, and there's like a ski lodge, so it looks fun.
Yeah, it's definitely, it looks like one of them hangout games, and yeah, maybe worth checking out.
I'm all here for the renaissance of frogs in video games. Frogs are always
time for frogs.
Super sick. And if I'm only playing as frogs in sledding game, Jeff Grubb, I will happily join you at the top of the mountain.
All right, let's make it happen. We'll throw this on our list of potential friend slop games.
One of the demos I've checked out during this Steam Next Fest, I think this game appeals to every single person on staff here, and that game is Denshattack.
All right.
This is...
That means train tack.
Yes. Gang, what if you could do sick-ass tricks on a train? What if...
I do it. Every time I'm on a train,
train?
I do sick tricks. Yeah.
What if you could also drift as a train?
Okay.
Just off the rails?
No, on the rails. You got to drift to hit that corner, baby. And then you got to get it in like time it right so you hit the green perfect zone, and then you get a little boost. Denshattack is if you mushed up Jet Grind Radio, Tony Hawk, and Subway Surfers. Parentheses positive. Because this is a game on rails where you are navigating through like a small map, and within this map there are different obstacles that you will either have to jump over, jump over as a train. drift through, and then there are different tracks where you fork, so you'll choose to go left or right. And then the mobility, and I know this sounds odd, talking about mobility as a train on tracks, but the mobility is very fun and it just feels good. The initial tutorial felt very overwhelming because they're introducing so many mechanics. Like, you have to honk your horn as a train to open up like those train gates. You have to,
of course.
If you hold left trigger all the way, you go to a hard stop, and you have to go to a hard stop for some obstacles. But also, you have to like kind of feather left trigger with a direction button so you can drift around a corner. And then there's like a whole timing mechanic as you're drifting of when you let go of the button so you can hit a perfect drift and continue your momentum. And then they introduce, okay, there's going to be other obstacles that you can't break for, so you're going to have to switch tracks. Cool. All right, I'm following. I'm still following. And then they start adding, oh, hey, by the way, your train can jump. And then since you're jumping with your train anyway, why don't you just flick the right analog stick like it's a skate game and do tricks with it? So not only are you now navigating through debris-filled tracks to get to a destination, you are also chaining together tricks on the way and avoiding various different types of obstacles. At one point, I had jumped over like those Easter Island style heads.
Moai statues, yeah.
Moai statues. Did like a 360 pop shove it, slammed my train back down onto the tracks, and I think I was doing a manual because I was only on the back of my train. And the whole time, like, my eyes are getting experiencing fatigue, so they're starting to water because there's so much happening, and like the vibe.
But this is also probably happening in like a couple of seconds, right? It seems like it's very, very fast.
Very fast. Like the initial runs through like a level will be like maybe like a minute 30. It does also give kind of like Burnout vibes where there's like kind of like a near miss mechanic happening if you like dodge and switch tracks at the very last minute, so you wind up not hitting like an obstacle or whatever. It's really cool. The demo lets you play through it a couple times. I highly suggest it. Denshattack, just because of like what a weird fucking premise to drift a train and then do tricks around it. I'm curious as to why not only frogs have come up a bunch in video games, but also trains, because another demo that I've checked out, friend of the website, Rami Ismail, made this. Australia did it, and this is another game set on a train that it's interesting because upon initial research and looking at the game, I thought it is a tactics game, but not tactics in the way that I was expecting, where it's turn-based, kind of like a Into the Breach or Mugenics, right? It is kind of a tower defense train game where you are fending off waves of bugs, but you are positioning your characters around to protect your train core, but you're putting them on these tracks, and then the enemies are coming from 4 different lanes, cardinal directions, so like north, east, west, south, and the bugs are slowly coming in, and then you are placing your characters on the tracks, and you are not directly telling them to attack. They just have like a cone of projection of like, hey, I attack straight down this way, or I will attack in a cone or a T shape as the enemies progress down. And some of the characters that you position or play as, they don't do any damage. They'll do like some type of debuff, like poisoning, radiation damage. And it's interesting because then as you kill more enemies, bugs in this game, you are building up a type of currency, and you use that currency to buy more characters. And as long as you have more money, you can keep buying people. And the level up mechanic is when you merge 2 characters together. So you'll merge like a gunslinger with another gunslinger, as long as they're like both level 1. So there's kind of like a threes mechanic happening here.
Mm.
And then they will level up together. But then the interesting thing that they add to this is, okay, well, if you have a level 1 nomad character that shoots in like a T pattern, and you merge that with a gunslinger, and depending like which way you merge them, I'm not talking Coyote style here. Like if you merge the gunslinger to the nomad or the nomad to the gunslinger, you get a different type of character. So there's a lot of mix and match happening here. But the most interesting thing in Australia did it is they really do play with the whole track mechanic of the characters, because some of the characters don't move well. So if you're trying to repo them to get to a different side of where the enemy lanes are, it would take a couple turns to do so. But what this game does, because they are on train tracks, you use a button to move the actual train track, so it winds up shifting everyone around on the map. So you can futz around with the tactics with that. Gang, it's a big year for trains. I think it's a year of the train also.
Wow.
I'm feeling
yeah.
compelled to get on trains.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, right.
we're gonna
You.
throw you on a train, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
And it still has tiles, so that's got to make you happy.
I mean, it
this
looks a
man on
lot
a
like Into
train.
the Breach. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm still a little bit confused though, because like they will tell you, hey, you have to go leave this map, and we suggest you leave it within the next 3 turns. But so far, and I recognize that we're still in a demo with it, but it's like I jump into the map, I get all my units sorted, and then I have to get them out. So I don't know what the overall flow or how I'm supposed to like stick around in a map, or what else I'm gaining other than just more currency.
Is the theme like, it's not strictly Western, right? It's like sci-fi, fantasy, Western. Like, how are they slicing that up?
Initially it starts kind of like Western adjacent, because one of your initial units just looks like a cowboy with guns. And
Right.
then as I progressed through the demo, that was just kind of like the general setup. And then out of nowhere, the bugs have now mutated and evolved, and now they're like half robot or cyborg bugs, where
Yeah.
like now they're
It's a little
shooting.
Fallout-y.
Yeah, so now they're shooting out of like proton.
So just normal
cannons.
Australia stuff.
Yeah, just normal Australia stuff, right? The toilet goes the other way. The bugs evolve in different ways as
Into
well.
cyborgs, right?
Yeah, different cyborgs. Another demo that I've checked out, folks, and I think I'm a little bit bummed because I think Dan picked this up in Fantasy
Oh, no.
Critic. From the folks that made Vampire Survivors,
Oh.
Vampire Crawlers, and gang. I'm sure we've all lost a significant chunk of time to Vampire Survivors. What if we made it kind of turn-based? What if we made it a dungeon crawler?
Yeah. This looks cool.
You mean slow it down?
Yes, slow it down, but still keep that rapid pace of Vampire Survivors and add
Oh no, it's gonna be
cards to
good.
it. And
It's got cards.
It's got
This time people
cards.
like cards, unlike when that Marvel game happened. Now people are
Right.
excited about the cards again.
Cards are having a moment in 2026.
Yeah.
Yeah.
cards, trains, frogs. You heard it here, folks. And that's just the general concept of the game. It is they took Vampire Survivors and made it a dungeon crawler. And the combat is all dealt through cards, and similar to other card games, a la Slay the Spire, you have a mana pool. Cards cost mana, but in that same Vampire Survivors mold, as you defeat enemies, you're getting XP, and then as you level up, you're getting different styles of cards. And those cards are just like the different weapons that you would get in Vampire Survivors. So, oh, cool, I got some spinach, I got the Bible, I got the axe.
Is there garlic?
I haven't seen garlic yet, but I'm under the assumption that there will be
Oh,
garlic.
I see it. I see it in the screenshot. There's garlic.
Yes, garlic
Good work,
confirmed.
Garlic confirmed.
job.
Garlic confirmed. And yeah, it's the overall flow very fast paced. I thought they would like significantly slow it down since they chose to make it into a dungeon crawler, but like you were still
Nope.
blasting through these enemies.
They found a way to turbocharge it. Don't
Yes.
worry.
Oh yeah. I'm excited to see how zany they will get with this, because they're also doing the thing where in older games, and this just reminds me of like arcade shooters where you'll call in like a support. It's funny because this reminds me of Metal Slug a lot.
Okay.
Because you will occasionally get a card to play that is a different character. Like I forget the character names in Vampire Survivors, but then as you deploy or play him, he'll be like, assisting, armor up. And it's like, why is this in Vampire Survivors that they've just gone with this tone? But it's really great. It's fantastic. I could see some people being put off by the dungeon crawling aspect, but I think this will quickly become based off of the demo at least, quickly go off the rails in great, weird, odd ways.
Do we think so? Dan got this for Fancy Critic. Dan loves Vampire Survivors. Do you think he's gonna like this? Because again, he likes Survivors a lot, but a first-person dungeon crawler, I can't think of a genre he might be less interested in.
I feel like because of the Vampire Survivors wrapping, he might get into this.
I mean, you said it's got a fast pace, right? Like it like moves really quickly.
Yeah, like you'll have a small map and it'll show it'll show where the different enemies are, and then like, oh, here's the boss character to take out to proceed through the level. It feels like it's moving at a rapid click enough, and that like it's still providing the dopamine on like an interesting schedule that Vampire Survivors operated with. So I feel like Dan could get into this. He never shuts up about Etrian Odyssey, though.
Right.
So,
Right. Yes, this is his gateway drug. He's gonna get really into first-person dungeon crawlers.
That's right. He's gonna go check out Persona Q for the Nintendo 3DS.
Yes,
right.
yes. And the original Phantasy Star, only the original one.
Only the original one. But yes, folks, we will be checking out a boatload of demos this Friday on Professional Fridays for Steam Next Fest. Other games that we've been playing. Mikey, I'm curious to see what you think about Demon Tides.
Yeah, so this is interesting. It's a sequel to Demon Turf, which was a indie 3D platformer. And that one stood out a lot from the art style because it was doing a kind of 3D world, but sort of 2D sprite characters running around there. It kind of looked like that Sonic fan game, Sonic Robo Blast, that was made in the Doom engine. It was a really cool like art style, but sometimes it made it a little hard to kind of really get a sense of the depth. Also, that game had this combat system that I don't think anybody really liked, and it really slowed the game down. They even did an expand-alone afterwards that got rid of that, and now this full-on sequel here is super doubling down on just the platforming. You don't have the kind of 2D sprite stuff. Everything is a 3D character model now, and they all look really good, but the movement in this game feels fantastic. You have all sorts of abilities, a lot of horizontal movement that you can do. You can kind of, you can kind of jump, and then you're this little like demon girl. So you kind of like do this spinning move. Then out of that, you do another jump into your bat form and get a little bit further. Then you can also do a dash in midair. And they just straight up took the Celeste dash in this game, where you dash, your hair turns white until you touch the ground, or dash into a crystal, and then you get it back, right? So you have that as a mechanic as well. They kept the thing from the first game where you can plant your own checkpoint flag wherever you want to. And that's like how the checkpoint system works. If you die, if you want to return to that, you can. Well, what's cool here is the format here is this is a Bowser's Fury, like, actually.
Yeah.
Especially what I've seen so far. Pretty open world. You have this snake form that's kind of like your Sonic rolling form, but you can also do it in water and swim really fast.
Oh.
You go these different kind of islands or sections, and in there it's like, all right, there's 2 of these things to collect and 50 of like this currency to collect. And then you're just kind of running around and platforming, looking for those items. There are leaderboards and all of these too. So I played for maybe just an hour so far, but I was really impressed at the moment. The movement feels super good. I do like the style. It does a little bit of the indie game kind of, we made all these characters and you sure are going to meet and talk to all of them for a while. It definitely feels like a sequel. I'm like, oh, who are all these people? I guess they're from the last game. Mm-hmm. There's a little bit of a recap, but there's a part of me that's like, it's not the longest intro in the world, but you think about Mario Odyssey or most Mario games that aren't Sunshine, and they just know, like, just get going, just get going. This one, there's a little bit more of a wind up. But once it got going, and I was in that sort of more open environment, I think this feels really slick.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll be spending some more time with it. You did try the first one, right? And it was the thing that maybe didn't rub you the right way was what? Do you remember?
It was the combat. I think, especially because there were like combat rooms where, like, you're doing this great platform, and then all of a sudden you're stuck in this kind of circle until you beat all the enemies, and the combat was relatively rote. It was like a worse version of Psychonauts combat, is how I would maybe describe it. And I think that was most people's complaint with it, and they know that's why there was an expand alone to Demon Turf called Neon Splash that I think just got rid of the combat, and now this game. So again, you have that dash move, and that does take out enemies, and that's fine. That's what the combat is. So yeah, if you played the first one and weren't super into it, I think I would still try Demon Tides. I think they made a lot of smart choices here. I'm definitely digging it so far. I'm going to be curious to play more. I think we talked about this before. I'm always on the search for the first indie 3D platformer that feels just as good as maybe some of the big boys. Not that I'm expecting one to be as good necessarily as a Mario game, but maybe as good as a Jak and Daxter.
Sure. Yeah. This looks like a fun game to like hop and bop and run around in.
The movement feels, again, really good, and you have like so much movement abilities, and it's clear that you can kind of really string things together, and that's why they have the leaderboards. It almost does have a little bit of that kind of like, all right, like really chain things together, like do your little speed run of this level, and I might even get into some of that.
Yeah, that sounds good. I'll pick it up and start doing that. I wonder how it runs on Steam Deck, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's been doing it on PC.
I know that there's a lot wrong with the world right now, but I honest to God think that a lot of our problems would be solved if we had advanced rail technology.
Well, actually, a lot of countries do have advanced rail technology.
No. I don't mean subways. I mean grinding on rails with our feet.
Yeah, I was making more of a joke about like our shitty infrastructure. But yeah, you're right too.
You mean like a Sonic Adventure 2 world?
Yes, exactly. I think soap shoes should have been much bigger than they were.
Yeah, it was soap shoe. I was like, it's not Heelys. Those are the ones with the wheels and the heels. But what are the other ones called? Soaps. That's right.
Yes, don't worry.
It was like a grinding plate, right?
Yeah,
in
in the
the
middle.
grinding plate built into the shoe. I remember my friend had him, and he would like slip on him and fall down when he was just walking normal. Yeah.
Like, whoops! I accidentally grinded these stairs. I didn't mean to.
I ground the earth, and it ground me back.
Yeah.
Could you replace those plates?
Yeah, you could. You could.
I think so.
You screw them in. I had a pair of soap
Screw them in.
shoes.
Yeah.
You know what else bothered me? Remember those like flip flops that had like a can opener built into the bottom of them?
Oh yeah,
It's very different.
You ever see that?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
what
it
is
feels
from
like a Jimmy Buffett patent.
Yeah. I just feel like, I don't know, maybe we don't bring the bottom of my foot to the place where my mouth will be. You know?
fair.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
All right.
Foot and
Yeah,
mouth
okay.
disease.
Yeah.
That's where it comes from.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we should have progressed further down foot technology, Like maybe
There's
we'd
places
be better
on the
as a
internet where they
society.
have, Jan, unfortunately. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I would love to wake up in that world where everything is advanced and reimagined, just like Mike Minotti has continued to play Dragon Quest VII Reimagined.
I beat it. I finished this game. Took about 40 hours, which was significantly shorter than the 3DS version I played,
Oof.
which that was maybe 70. So like 30 hours faster, which is a combination of streamlining things. Also, as where the game's very easy, but by far the easiest Dragon Quest I played. I don't think I had a single party wipe, not a single kind of game over. Which for a 40-hour RPG, that's interesting. I definitely wish it was tuned a little bit harder. It was beginning to feel a smidge breezy, but again, the breeziness of it was nice. It was a very chill game. The vibes were good. There's like with the cut content, at no point did I feel like I was missing anything until a little bit towards the end, where I don't know, maybe Dragon Quest VII spoilers here, everybody, if you care about that stuff. I don't. To me, the plot is not the important part of a Dragon Quest game, but there's a part in that game where a character is missing, and everyone's like, "Oh man, hope we find this character. They're probably dead." And I remember the original game, like you find them, And in this game, like that, all that happened, they're missing. And then like the end of the game happened. And when I was at the party, he was just there. I was like, oh, I was like, did I miss something? And I looked at the line. It's like, no, I didn't. They kind of just sort of kind of, I don't know, skipped part of that there. So
Weird.
there was a little weirdness with the editing, but not a ton. Overall, I think this is almost certainly the best way to play this game. Unless you're an absolute sicko and you want to have like that real 100-hour PS1 experience. And I know some people do feel that way.
It's
Sure.
so weird that my like internal justification is like, oh, 40 hours? That's not bad.
Yeah, I know, right?
For a
That's where we are now.
Okay. Love it. Did what is the overall tone near the end of like this Dragon Quest, Mikey? Is it still, oh, we gotta save the town, save this pastoral village?
Nah, it gets bigger. There's basically Satan shows up. You got to kill Satan. I mean, it's that.
Oh,
yeah.
Whoa.
It's always
Kill him.
that.
Who are we
Yeah,
killing him?
It always turns in. Why are we killing him? Well, he has a problem with God, and I guess we've picked his side. And look, I'm sorry. This is
The most inclusive deity. I mean, what are we saying? I don't want to get into some sort of theological argument here, but my man
what is
Satan
going
gets a bad
on?
rap.
What is
He gets
going
a
on,
bad rap.
Backar? With all first, you're watching, you're photographing animals do it, and now you're talking about the pros of Satan. What cult have you joined?
This is not a new thing.
This isn't a new thing.
This is
No,
not a new
yeah,
thing
that's a
about our
long-running thing
dark
for
Lord
us.
It's getting
and Savior.
deeper.
Is it? Oh,
You're gonna have a
baby,
pet
you don't
goat
know.
soon, and it's gonna sleep on a hexagram or something.
It's not a hexagram is a word I think you might have just invented, but
A pentacle.
is that a pentacle? Get that pentacle.
Get that pentacle right out of here.
No, I mean, it's not a new development, but
Hexagram.
He's defending his hexagram honor.
Hexagrams are a thing.
Are they? I'm sure it's a word. Are they a satanic thing?
it's probably
No, is that the
sort of like
pentagrams, the Satan
puzzle
one?
with shapes
Yeah.
or something.
I know so little about Satan. I don't even know what his shape of preference is.
Yeah. Oh no!
Okay.
Wow.
Well, there you go.
All right, well, I'll learn you that. Don't worry.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
but no, it's I mean, this is a pretty tropey RPG and that's part of the charm. It's everything you expect. Where like the first thing you're doing is saving a sheep, and then by the end of the game you fight God and Satan. Yeah, it's the classic.
That's the pipeline, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah. It is always weird to remember this game came out. I think it was after Final Fantasy X. It was like right before Final Fantasy X.
Yeah, maybe in the U.S. it was right around then, but yeah, it was
In
a
the
late
US, yes,
PS1
in the US.
game.
That's right.
A
And
late
in Japan it was
PS1
a little
game.
bit different. I think it came out a year before in Japan. But yes, a
Right.
late PS1 game, and it's still doing the 2D sprites. So at the time, the writing around this was no one cares about this thing. Like at least in the United
Yeah.
States, it's like this is old stuff for people who are obsessed with Dragon Quest in Japan. We still call it Dragon Warrior. So it's nice that they've done all this work multiple times now to kind of like rescue this game. You think it like they did right by it in the end?
Yeah, like I said, maybe look, this game's already had 2 remakes, so we can leave it alone for a while now. But maybe just like if there's ever a Dragon Quest VII Reimagined Definitive Edition, maybe you put back a little bit of some of the cuts up. What sucks a little bit is a lot of the Dragon Quest games used to have these casinos, and not that I think it was any amazing content, but they've been sort of cut from the series mostly just for ratings board stuff in certain countries, right? So that's a little lame. So it's like, come on, give me my fun slime casino back. Maybe put back in a little bit. And, there's kind of like the big change to the plot with a kind of like a character who goes away and then comes back is handled, I don't know, a little half-heartedly. So I was like, I appreciate they did it, but I wish maybe they went even further with that sort of thing. So yeah, there's stuff, they didn't suddenly turn Dragon Quest VII into like the best entry in the series or something like that. But I did enjoy it. I'm more interested in them doing, Dragon Quest 4, 5, and 6. Those are probably going to get HD 2D remakes. 8, you can give that basically an enhanced support. So you don't want to remake that game's visuals too much. It already looked good. And then 9, they got to get off the DS. That's probably a big priority too.
Yep.
Okay.
Good game.
God, I continue to be Dragon Quest curious. I don't. I played a little bit of 11 and I liked it, but I think I fell
11
off
rules.
just because of timing.
It's a big game.
Yeah. I always liked the look of them just because of the Toriyama art style and everything. Another game that I like the look of because it reminds me of another friend slop game in Peak. Last Friday, the four of us checked out Super Battle Golf, and then we shot each other a bunch.
Yeah,
I
which is
watched
what
some
golf
clips.
is all about.
Yeah, I watched some clips of other people who were like even more just immediately, even before like the first tee off, they were, instead of teeing up at the ball, would just go tee up to their friends and hit them instead. It's like, oh, we did not even exploit the full possibility to be shits one another.
I bet if Dan was there, we would have discovered that tech very early.
Instantly.
Yeah,
We would have forgot it was a golf game. Yeah.
For folks that don't know, Super Battle Golf, multiplayer up to 8 people, I believe, golf game where you're racing to get the ball in the hole. That's what it's called, right? It's just called a hole.
It's just called
yeah.
Cup, hole though.
The hole.
Yeah.
We can call it the hole.
But there are Mario Kart-like power-ups on the way over there, and most of them, all of them, actually, are just to futz around and mess with your friends. For instance, like an elephant rifle.
Right.
Yep. Right.
Look, I may have or may not have said certain things during that UPF. No one knows. There's no way to tell. But I think on the other side of it, a few days removed, I really did like that game.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. I think I wish it had like, I don't know if it does. Does it have like local co-op?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe not.
Yeah. I feel like, I don't know. I got to go back and look. I feel like it probably does not, just based off like what they're kind of doing there.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's something about this game that like, I don't know. I think a part of me also like, is like the shooting weird? Like, is that weird that you're just kind of like loading up like a double barrel shotgun all of a sudden? I mean, I know it's not like graphic or anything. It's just kind of like weird where I almost like.
Yeah, I think the character models like sell it, right? These are just little dumb goblins. Totally. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not saying like, oh, this is violent. I'm just saying like, I just think it's like, like I feel like those weapons don't make sense in the world that they've created.
Sure,
which is because
like the way that the landmines are shaped and looked like, oh, haha, funny cartoon.
They look like Worms landmines. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
It should all be actual like World War II ordnance. Like it should be very realistic.
Like I was expecting a gun to have like a boxing glove pop out of it. You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing.
Oh,
instead of like,
the
here's
RPG,
literal...
the rocket propelled grenade. That feels really dumb and cartoony. I get what you mean. Yeah.
Totally, with the smoke and everything, like for sure.
Yeah. I was so good at this game. I like that. I destroyed you guys.
Yeah, I think we would have. I think we would have done better had the game worked for us. That ramp was very, very frustrating. I still don't know what we did wrong. It's like, oh, okay, I could tell this game's early in some ways.
No, I think you're just bad.
I think it's probably just punishing us for being bad. Yeah,
the putting is like a problem. Like I think the putting. I know you just have to change the degree, sort of tilt of the club. Like I don't know. Give me like some club options there. Let me also like hit people with my club, but like way on. You could, but like I don't know. I want to like swing it over my head, not like tee up a shot.
Melee.
I want to melee that shit. It's good. I think it's better than it has any right to be. I think. For my money, I enjoyed that. I will play that some more.
I feel.
Yeah, I want to play it again for sure.
Yeah.
I feel this website has poisoned my brain because every time we play a multiplayer game like this that has some type of competitive aspect, I'm like, all right, which websites can we beat?
Oh yeah,
this game.
I saw the kind of funny people were playing it.
Yeah, I mean. Recently. But just like how much more demoralizing.
Yeah, can we get like a good website to play against for once? I mean, come on.
No, we got to keep bringing them down. We got to make sure they never forget their place.
Our friends.
It's only February.
And you know what? I promised Barrett I would set the record straight. They may have beaten us at Night Rain, but we'll never know. Right?
I wasn't there for that.
A record of that. Yeah, that's right.
I don't know. Sorry, big dog.
Wait, you guys played Night Rain? Okay, whatever you say.
Sure. I don't remember this. This was like
that's all they do over there is play FromSoft games. Of course, they had that one.
Yeah,
that's all they got.
We don't even count that.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna get an angry text in the near future, I assume. Jeff Grubb, you have been futzing around with a lot of technology, and I'm excited, more excited to hear about one of these. But I would also like to hear more about the SuperStation.
Yeah, an update on the SuperStation, which I did talk about on this show last week, right? I think.
Yeah.
So I've been messing around with it more. Got a new SD card where I'm putting even more ROMs on there. I got a lot of the other cores working. It does require a little bit of futzing, just like I said, just like a Mister does. That said, it's like, man, Mister's really come a long way. Where a lot of the benefits of like getting the analog 3D. We're like, hey, for the N64, you're going to get these great CRT filters. They've done so much great work in the community on Mister. That a lot of that stuff is also on there, ready to go. And even though I was like outputting it at 1080p, those filters were still really good. You kind of expect it to need 4K to like actually get a CRT filter to look right. It's like, nah, it's not necessarily the case. But yeah, it's working really well. I'm enjoying it. I'll say that the plastic feels a little cheap. I was kind of expecting to feel slightly more premium, but based on the price and everything you're getting here, it does feel like it feels 3D printed, which it kind of has a certain I don't know, a low quality plastic touch to it. But yeah. And then you want me to talk about the other thing?
Yes. You. This is the first time I've heard of this thing, Grub, and I need to know more. Oh God, put it away, Grub.
No.
You have the. Is this Sinden Lightgun?
Sinden. Yes, there's a man in Great Britain whose last name is Sinden, and he makes light guns. I'm gonna try something real quick. Don't freak out, Jan.
Oh, whoa, what's happening?
All right.
Let's see here. I'm gonna see if it can work.
It has a you're using the camera on this thing? Why is it look like you're in a Virtual Boy game?
I hate this.
I'm a Virtual Boy.
I hate everything about this.
I love this.
What is going on? I don't want to see something I don't want to. I'm not supposed to see.
So
Jesus.
this is how it works. Hi, chat. There you are. So it's a camera in here. Let me fix this. Let me stop.
So it's a camera in the gun.
There's a camera in the gun.
Clearly.
Yeah, let me go to my other
That sounded
camera
mean,
back.
Pecco.
No, I know. You're
What do you
right.
think you're looking
it's
at
very
here?
obvious. It's very obvious.
So there's a camera in here, and then what it does is the guy that made this has a little software that he's built that basically inside the gun that if it sees a white outline, like a white border, it knows where the camera should be, like telling an emulator or Mister or a number of other things like where the pointer should be. And so you basically start up a game and you start the software for this, and then you hit Alt-B to bring up a border, and then hit it again if you're playing a 4x3 game, and it puts that white border around the game, and then you just point this at the screen, and the camera just calculates where it should be. Now, you might have to dial it in depending on what you're doing. I was playing on Duck Station. I was playing some games on there. And it did require me to sort of like dial between the emulator settings and the Sinden settings, so that like when I'm pointing at the screen in the middle, okay, that's fine. If I point off to the side, it sort of gets a little bit misaligned. So it's like the x-axis goes a little bit further out than where I'm actually pointing. So I've been kind of dialing that stuff in, but I got it to feel pretty good. And the guy's he's helpful. I've kind of reached out a little bit, and there's a pretty good community. And I've been enjoying it so far, but it's like getting it set up is going to require a little bit of effort for at least the way I want to use it. That said, it's got everything you want. It's got force feedback, so when you fire the gun, it can kind of like do the thing.
Okay, good. Yeah, it's got to do the time crisis thing for sure.
I was going to say.
The time crisis is this little thing right here is like you just cock it and stuff, and there's some buttons on the side here, D-pad. And it's very easy to just set all that stuff up and then get going. Once I was actually playing and it was all lined up, it's like, oh yeah, I'm not even thinking about it. I am just pointing and shooting, and it's working exactly like I would want it to, without me having to like fret about any of the settings at that point. So it's like it is possible to get this fully working and dialed in.
Oh man. I just want to get one of those and play some Time Crisis. Is that how light gun tech works? Is there like a
light gun kind of works? There's a sensor in here, and then there is on CRTs there would be a flash like across the whole screen, but there's a special flash in a box around the thing you're supposed to be hitting, and if this thing detects that flash in its sensor, it knows that you got the hit. And it kind of sends that into the game and stuff like that. That's my very basic understanding of it.
I want to play some Point Break.
Yeah.
Or Point Blank. Yeah.
Oh, a Point Break's that movie. My bad.
Yeah. Listen, we can watch that too.
You saved me.
Fantastic. The Sinden Lightgun. God, that looks so cool. Just pair that with like the Elgato foot pedal thingies, and then you can get your own Time Crisis going.
Right, and like the software is ready for pedals, so I can do that full thing. I can have it all set up, and I also have it set up so it's like I can set the reload to pointing off screen or to this button, kind of depending on what I'm in the mood for. So yeah, it's really adaptable and works better than I thought it would.
Oh man, cool! I can practice and like time out and memorize the waves in Time Crisis, and then hit up my local arcade to impress all the ladies. Folks, any other video games we got to talk about? Anything else before we head to break?
Not that we could talk about.
No. I started Mio. I'm going to wait till I play some more of that. I've beat Base Liza P, but I'm starting the DLC. I'm going to wait till I beat the DLC before I talk about that.
Ooh, I might pick up the DLC and play that in tandem with you, Mike.
Seems really good. It's set in like a zoo, which is fun.
Ooh, love a good zoo.
I got attacked by an half elephant, half giraffe monster, and it was very scary.
Very scary. Giraffes, very, very scary.
See, you like Satan? What do you mean?
No, I killed this thing.
Folks, we're going to go take a quick break and worship the Dark Lord, and then be back with the news right after this. This is Jeff Grubb with the news.
It's fun because it's just kind of being inputted as a mouse. So I can point this at the screen and like click around my desktop with my gun now. And that's fun.
What I love is that there are some bad Lightgun games, so we have new possibilities for you now.
I did consider that, but it's like there's always the possibility of bringing out for Connects for you guys. So don't worry.
Connects for Dan. The Connect is for Dan. If I get a Connect game before Dan, I'm gonna be pissed. I don't have a Connect here. I don't want to Connect here.
That's fine. I'll be the Light Gun guy. Dan can be the Connect guy. You could keep being the Wii guy. That's great. That's perfect.
It is cool. All the weird places you like see Connects in the wild. If you guys start to notice, you're like.
A little bit.
Why is this one on top of a vending machine? What's it doing? You just see them in weird spots. Like, on the ski lift? Like,
I think there's a surprising amount of theme park stuff that still basically just runs on Connects, actually.
Yeah.
Some ghost hunters employ the Connect as well.
Well, that's its main purpose. That's what it actually does. Yeah.
100%. What would they do without it?
We got some headlines here. Wolverine, that popped off right as we were getting ready to go live. They posted on Blue Sky. I hope they only posted on Blue Sky. That'd be a fun place to just announce this. And so other platforms are like, wait, is this real? Anyway, let's cut to the chase. They say Marvel's Wolverine launches September 15th, 2026. And then they ask you to go wishlist the game. That's okay. Yeah. All right. Cool that we got a date. They did say they were going to talk about it at some point this spring. I guess they're probably still going to do that, but they've also just kind of put the date out there. How are you guys feeling about that?
I don't want to spoil the next news story, but do you think them dropping the release date to this or announcing it is to kind of like try and fix the vibes going on because of closing Bluepoint?
Yeah, the first replies to this were all people being like, "Well, yeah, we don't care. Tell us like what's going on with Bluepoint. Bring back Bluepoint." So that's still a thing for them for sure. I don't know. Maybe there was always probably the plan to talk about this game soon. It just does feel weird to announce the date, but it is also only a date. So like, who cares if they just announce that on social media?
Right. And plus, these Q4 dates or these late year dates, they can always so easily be delayed. Something would be the most shocking thing in this world. This gets delayed till even later in the year, or even the next year. It'll probably hit that. They definitely want this game in that September slot, so it's good to go for the holidays.
Yep. We'll see. I'm sure they'll talk about it more here pretty soon. Yes, as Jan said, PlayStation closed down Bluepoint Games, or is planning to do so, but they've already laid off a lot of the people. Sony's officially shutting down Bluepoint, the acclaimed studio behind Demon's Souls and Shadow of the Colossus remakes. They're doing that final closure in March. Approximately 70 people will lose their jobs or in the process right now of losing their jobs. Herman Holst wrote an internal memo that basically said increasingly challenging industry environments, including rising development costs and slowed growth, were responsible for this. He also just said changing gaming patterns. So it's your fault as well, gamers, of course. Reports also pointed to a failed pivot where Sony tasked the remake masters with developing a live service God of War game, which was ultimately canceled. We heard about that.
Oh, so they're going to close down Naughty Dog, right? Because they were making that live service game. Nothing came of that. What a big waste of resources. And the challenging gaming money times, Jeff.
Yep.
Grub, can you explain to me, all right, what if it was the gamer's fault, right? If it was our fault, the audience's fault, what could they have, us as gamers, done to actually save Bluepoint?
Yeah, nothing. Because
people bought the Demon Souls remake, which was their last released games. I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
Yeah, they never released any games while under the ownership of PlayStation. They helped ship Ragnarok, but yeah, they were not releasing any of their own games. So it's a very baffling thing. But I think what Sony is saying and what it seems the reality is that this is a studio that is best suited for remakes for the most part, or to be a support studio on bigger games. And they're based in Austin, Texas, and that's too expensive for that kind of work. You can get people to do that kind of work in other countries that is much, much more affordable to corporations. And so, after a business review, which is what they said, they decided this is not the studio they want to keep open anymore. It is unsustainable to run a business like this one in the United States.
Anybody can make these remakes. It's really easy. That's why Ubisoft had 2 failed attempts at remaking Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time.
Yep, they are going to find out, right, that they're going to, first of all, everyone's having the same thought at the same time. So all those companies you want to work with that are, like Virtuos or whatever, they're going to be busy, and you're going to run out of real estate real fast in terms of being able to claim some land in the name of Sony and say, oh, Virtuos also remake this for us. It's would have been nice to have another one of those, especially one that you can rely on to do a very, very good job, and get these games up to a quality level where you can justify the prices that you want to sell them for and selling in the numbers you want them to sell, which is 5 to 10 million, which is what these games can do.
Jeff, you stupid idiot, you asshole! You forgot that AI is going to make these now. Look how good it's gotten at making Will Smith eat spaghetti now. You stupid idiot!
Yeah, I forgot about those Smith spaghetti tech. That's where that's at these days. It's dumb. Bluepoint is one that people really were feeling pretty good about them coming back with something, any sort of remake. There's been rumors, they were going to do the Metal Gear thing. Maybe they're doing this God of War 1, 2, 3 remake. And then for them to close the studio down, everyone's kind of looking around going like, what are you doing? We really like that team. Why can't you figure this out? And the answer is just they don't want to.
Yeah, I remember the freaking Spyro, Crash Bandicoot remakes compilations selling over 10 million, even closer to 20 million. It's you got Jak and Daxter and Sly, you got so many things, right?
Those older Ratchet games too.
Yeah, maybe Ape Escape doesn't do those numbers, but it could. There's plenty of other games that you can remake and sell a few million copies of it, which you think would be something.
Yeah.
This weird office politics. Why it can't just be Bloodborne? You know, it's insane that we can't remaster Bloodborne with this team, at least, because even before they're doing remakes, Bluepoint did a lot of remasters, and they were very good at that as well. They used to be really good at porting. They were the ones who did the kind of miracle Titanfall Xbox 360 port, right? If only Sony was actively trying to put games from one console to a different platform like PC, or maybe even more games on Switch too, which would be nice. But I don't think they're going too far in that. We got Lego Horizon, which I'm sure that set the world on fire. But hey, you're still going to get 20 more Horizon games anyways.
Playtest this weekend, baby.
It's it's frustrating. I think that this is a company that despite themselves is succeeding. They're making more money than ever. Their profits were up something like 15% last quarter. And so they have plenty of money to go around. So it's kind of like, why are you still being so stingy with this stuff? And I don't know. They pitched 2 remakes and 2 other games in the intervening times since the God of War live service game was canceled. None of those got greenlighted. So, yeah. Weird.
It's going to be interesting. Go ahead, Backlar.
So I want, obviously all that bullshit. Oh, it's a business review, whatever, right? It's just an incredible cost-cutting measure. What, but at the same time, you're telling me this company's making more money than it has, right?
Yeah.
So
PlayStation, yeah.
So is the I mean, part of the exercise of trying to understand this stuff, which is hard to do, you almost have to like think like a scumbag, right?
Mhm.
And I think, is it like, oh, I'm doing the sort of like accounting for some of the bad bets that maybe we made elsewhere and using it as a means to kind of like mitigate that overall loss. Like, I don't know. I think the most frustrating part of this story is the fact that like you guys are right. Like, oh my God, there are so many games that could use this treatment that would almost guaranteed to sell in a very profitable way. Like that's kind of like where I just can't close the gap on this one.
It's not like PlayStation's releasing a ton of games anymore these days. I don't understand how they can afford to like they're releasing a game a quarter these days. How can you just get rid of one of the studios?
And nostalgia is a hell of a drug that you could just like continue
That's what
trying
I don't
to
get.
tap. Like Infamous, we didn't talk about Infamous at all when we're rattling through the
Infamous
different
games,
IP.
the Resistance games, right? I mean, especially like nostalgia for that era is popping off. People are so excited for Metal Gear Solid 4, and that game's mid.
Yeah, it's kind of like annoying because it's like the game's 4 pitches, none of them got greenlighted, and then the reason the studio gets closed is because it didn't have any project it was working on. And it's like, well, Sony, what were you looking for? Like, what would you have approved? And that's a question that scares me. I'm like, I don't know what this company wants from these companies.
Well, that's why I feel like it was always going to happen.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, this is not surprising to the people who are at the studio, according to people who are at the studio.
It just sucks because that's mismanagement, not at like the Bluepoint level, but at the greater PlayStation level of like, if you don't know what to do with them, what the hell? God. Killzone. Herman Holst, you like Killzone? Make a Killzone.
When we see this God of War remake or any other remakes, and if they don't look good, they're gonna. I mean, it's not gonna ultimately impact them, but they're gonna hear it, right? And I'm gonna be happy to have them hear it. Like, wow, this remake sure looks bad. Too bad you destroyed your good remake studio for no reason.
Meanwhile, over at Microsoft, there's been a big shakeup. Phil Spencer is out after 38 years at Microsoft. He spent the last 12 as CEO of Microsoft Gaming, effectively. He's retiring from the company. Less surprising is that versus Sarah Bond is also leaving the company, president and COO of Xbox. She was widely expected outside of the company to be the successor. She's resigned from Microsoft instead of taking on some other role. She said it was the right time to leave. In their place, Asha Sharma steps in. She is a senior Microsoft executive from the core AI team. She's been on stage talking about AI products from Microsoft before. She's also worked at Meta and Instacart. She is now the CEO of Xbox, where she will be working with Matt Booty, who is also moving up to be chief content officer. Sharma said early on that despite her place of origin, she's not going to just make AI slop. Hooray, I guess. And then everyone's yes. And then she says, I hear you, to people saying we want exclusives back. And then there is this question of, she comes from a place of not being someone who plays games or has made games. What does that mean? There's a lot of stuff happening here. Mostly it sounds like what happened is Microsoft was not happy with the state of Xbox and gave them as much of a leash as possible to fix things, especially in the wake of a very frustrating acquisition of Activision, which took longer and got them a lot more eyes on them from governments than they were expecting. And so they kind of used up a lot of that slack in that moment. And then since then, it has not been one hit after another. It's been sort of a few more blemishes here and there. What's the Bethesda game? I want to say
Starfield.
Starfield. Thank you. Starfield not taking off the way that they were expecting it to, and no other games sort of stepping up. And then this is an Xbox strategy, which has only maybe accomplished becoming a meme and nothing else. So yeah, they're looking for a change. But what do you guys think the appetite is at Microsoft for real change, as opposed to just like slowly letting Microsoft fade away or Xbox fade away and keeping the game studios around?
Yeah, that's what I think this is. I think you bring in someone with zero gaming experience to and with a lot of these like tech people, they're just like great managers, right, or whatever it is, and it's just like, all right, you are now going to be in charge of like the transition of console deletion and the sort of transformation into what I would imagine is just sort of like this like developer conglomerate, right, where you're like this publishing developer thing that is not an Xbox. Nothing is an Xbox. Nothing is an Xbox anymore. And that's what my sort of knee-jerk reaction is, like this, you know, because you're not going to have Phil do that. You're going to have Phil take his baby out back and, you know, cut its head off, right? So like that, to me, is what this feels like. You bring in someone who can like end this thing and transfer it into its next evolution, which is like what I said, this sort of like, you know, hybrid developer publisher apparatus that is not a hardware company anymore.
Yep. Right. I mean, the most important things that Microsoft owns in the gaming landscape right now are things like Call of Duty and Minecraft and King and Blizzard. And none of these really have strong associations with Xbox or that Xbox brand, even after the acquisitions. Like, yeah, like this news, I don't feel great about Xbox's future. I didn't feel great about Xbox's future last week either. Like, maybe we skip a step here. Like, maybe that console that was probably going to come out and not do really well just doesn't come out now, right? Like, maybe we're fast forwarding a bit, and maybe like the AI shitification happens even sooner than we were expecting. Yeah, she doesn't want AI slop. Well, what does she consider slop, right? Because that's implying that there is AI not slop, and that's still fair game.
Well, that's my point, right? Like, you know, this person doesn't sound like there's a lot of like gaming pedigree right there. So I don't think this person will have like insightful additive sort of like gaming directive, right? I think this is like a more of a business a strategic business move to exit that market, right? And like and transfer it into just in the business of publishing, developing games in the best way. Because don't forget, like, well, how many years have we always been like, man, it's crazy that like Windows and Xbox can never marry, right? Like, you know, Microsoft also has to like figure out how to like have people, even though, you know, Windows is still a huge enterprise market. I don't think any of that is materially going away anytime soon, but like certainly dents in that armor, right? Like, the last couple of years, like people are like super sour on Windows. It's a goddamn shit show with the AI inclusion and just making it like increasingly unusable, right? And that needs to be corrected. And I guess you know, also the amount of like, you know, the cost of litigation with the deals that have been trying to get across the finish line. Like, there's just a lot, and I think at some point you have to like, you know, pull the plug on stuff, right? I mean, I'm just trying to like understand a lot of these bigger picture machinations.
Yeah, I mean, a big part of it's just got to be, Satya Nadella's got a lot of things that he's concerned with, and this is a small piece of the pie, and it's a bigger headache than it justifies itself to be. Like, getting all that attention for the Activision deal, though, you're right, the lawyer costs, the legal fees were probably astronomical, and then to get on the other side of that and being like, okay, now we also need to kind of keep figuring things out, and it's going to be a long road to hoe, and we're going to try this whole new strategy, and we're going to shift up Xbox. And it's like, okay, and to what end? Why don't we just cut to the point where we start saving money where we can and doubling down on the stuff that does make money? And we don't need any of you to do that. Like, we can bring in someone who's very good at that sort of decision making, and she doesn't need to know a thing about games to do it. And so, I think maybe they're not explicitly saying sunsetting, but I think the result of all the decisions she will be making will effectively be that.
Right. Like I could so easily see within the next 6 to 10 months, this sort of like, you know, all hands thing goes out. This is like, here's what the future of Xbox is going to be, like that kind of manifesto. Like I feel like that's the next thing we're going to see.
Jeff, what do you think is the future of Game Pass, right? Because that was kind of one of the. It seemed like maybe that was their road at one point. Like, this is how we establish Xbox. Then that didn't happen. You think it just kind of keeps limping along because it does bring in revenue, or do you think they scrap that at some point soon?
I don't know. I mean, I think it does bring in revenue, and that they probably just try to find ways to reduce its costs while increasing its price until it probably slowly fades away over a long period of time. If it does still have, like, it had, like, what, at its peak, 32 million subscribers or something like that. That's a lot of money per month.
Sure.
When you add it all up, if it still has 15 million, that's still quite a large amount of money that they could keep going with. I just don't. They probably continue to make it more difficult to, like, just get what you want out of it, which is the day one games. Something they've already done. Unless you have Ultimate, they probably continue to limit that going forward.
Is it something, if they're deprioritizing being a console manufacturer and a console holder, I guess, do you think, Grub, there's a possibility of trying to move Game Pass to, like, another console of, like, hey,
I think they definitely had those conversations, but it's I think the other platform holders are like, why, like, we need to get a lot more out of this than you're getting out of this. What can you offer? And I bet the two could not meet in the middle there.
That's kind of why my knee-jerk reaction to the Game Pass question is that I don't necessarily think it will go anywhere, just because of the fact that it is a software thing.
It's a platform, and that's what they do. Yeah.
Right. So I don't
service platform.
Yeah, and they've baked it into Windows now, and I just don't. I don't know. Like, my gut doesn't tell me, like, that somehow goes. At least in a front-loaded capacity. But I don't know. I can't see the entire Xbox brand disappearing either.
No.
So if it exists, it will. I think it would probably exist going down that road and seeing that show up in other places, as opposed to the whole thing just sort of evaporating.
It'll be like when you're playing PS2 games and the Atari logo showed up. You're like, what do you mean Atari?
Yeah, what the hell's going on here? Yeah.
You'll see the Xbox logo and playing your PS6 games or PS7 games, like, oh yeah.
Meanwhile, the Supreme Court struck down Trump tariffs that hiked prices on Switch, Xbox, and PS5. The court ruled 6-3 against the majority of President Trump's 2025 tariffs, saying that they are illegal, specifically those enacted using the 1977 IEEPA, or International Emergency Economic Powers Act, which the court determined does not authorize the president to impose tariffs. Chief Justice John Roberts wrote the majority opinion, basically just laying that all out. So does this mean console prices are going to go down? No. Does this mean that you're going to get all the money back that you spent extra on stuff from the last year? Absolutely not.
What?
The corporations might be able to get it back, but we're not. I believe FedEx has already sued the government to get their fees back. I bet what they did is they separated that stuff out as surcharges and stuff like that, and fees, and they have it all documented, and their lawyers have been waiting for this moment, and they were ready to go. Okay. And then, going back to that price, or the question of, will the price go down? No, prices usually don't go down.
Well, but since the highest court of the country confirmed that the president committed a crime where with billions and billions of dollars at stake, surely he will be punished, right?
He came back immediately that day and said that he's just going to put a different form of tariff on everybody, a 10% tariff. Then the next day he got bored and said, never mind, I'm at 15%.
Cool.
So it's just going to,
those, like, stair cars they wheel out to jets?
Yeah.
I hope that they don't do maintenance on all of them.
Yeah.
it's so specific.
That's unrelated. Sorry,
it's a bit of an accident,
Sorry, that's unrelated. I was just thinking.
Be a shame,
be a real shame. Yeah. This is. I think maybe we might get on the other side of this. There will be a little bit more certainty. Not yet. This is still just a huge mess because the federal government is not saying to anyone whether or not you're going to get a refund. If you do get one, what does that process even look like? Now, there are built-in processes for getting refunds for, like, if you overpay, and people are going to try to go through there and say, hey, it looks like I might overpay because it's illegal, right? And they're going to see what happens, and then meanwhile the big corporations will sue. If you're Nintendo or whatever, you don't bring the price back down anytime soon until you know for sure that you're safe. The new 10%, 15% tariffs, they might have like a 150-day time limit, and then Congress would have to approve them. So even those might not be around for long. We'll see.
I'm curious how this like affects other industries outside of gaming. Like for instance, like DJI was completely boned because of these tariffs.
Yeah.
and had to
A
come
lot of
with,
companies.
I had to come up with like a shell company to make the same camera and just put them out under a different label. Does Grub, to your knowledge, does that help them at all with these tariffs being struck down, or same situation?
Yeah, I mean, it should. It should. Yes, I think that any company sort of that has been biding their time, waiting for this moment, should now be able to like. I mean, you might still have to pay this weird 10% tariff, but it'll be better than a lot of countries like China that might have had 30, 40, 80% at times, 190% at times, depending on how Trump was feeling that day.
I have I'm not an accountant, so don't take this advice from me personally. In fact, let me be as crystal clear as I can be. Do not do what I'm about to say.
Excellent.
But nobody should pay taxes this year.
Yeah, right.
Don't pay your taxes. Just don't pay your taxes.
I'm not gonna.
Just don't fucking pay your taxes.
I
All
was
this
really
feds out there
thinking
trying to
about
get us, no
not
way.
doing it.
Yeah.
Like, honestly,
Now you really
apparently every every functioning system of government has been gutted. Don't pay your fucking taxes. Again, don't do what I just said, but don't pay your fucking taxes. How about that?
Hell yeah, but hell no, but hell yeah.
Yeah, you get it.
Maybe.
All right, let's see here.
I
Ubisoft
don't
puts
like Gavin that much either. Maybe I won't pay the state ones.
Oh, shit.
Man, what a turd. Black Flag
greasy
leaders.
turd. Say it.
He's a
Greasy turd.
Yeah, I just don't like looking
I've
at
been
him.
dealing with him for years.
They're going to keep making Assassin's Creed games, and the people who made the Black Flag games are going to be in charge of Assassin's Creed now. Okay, yeah, that I guess that makes some sense. But also, Black Flag was a long time ago.
That's 13 years ago, dude. You know,
yeah,
long time ago.
And I don't think the return. I mean, not that they're saying we're returning to the glory days of Black Flag, but they're not backing down from that either. It's not. I don't think Assassin's Creed's problems or Ubisoft's problems have come because they didn't have the people from Black Flag working on Assassin's Creed games. So. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. Ubisoft overall continues to be the mess. It's like they're the quiet mess now, where it's like we know that happened. We got all these other messes in this last week, but yeah, they have not like cleaned things up over there or figured it out. And every week it's some other headline like this, where it's like, oh, is that going to change your fortunes? Probably not.
What is supposed to be coming out of Ubisoft this year?
Yeah, they delayed everything except for maybe this Black Flag remaster thing that might still be coming.
That almost has to happen because they've been having a Call of Duty, Assassin's Creed gaming year, and like the new one's not going to be ready this year, right? The one that's going to be in the Holy Roman Empire or whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you would expect we're getting that, but otherwise, yeah, well, I don't know what else. We don't have a Far Cry, we don't have a Prince of Persia, so anything Tom Clancy, I think. So yeah, I don't know.
King of Meat is shutting down.
No.
You guys okay? Yeah, that's one we played that one. Didn't even get paid. But we played it,
Fools.
and we're fools.
Now we should have got paid, right?
Yeah, we should have. I mean, they weren't using the money. It's that game. You could just tell right away it had nothing going on. I think we all played it and we're like, and then it was time to talk about it. It's like, what were we even doing in the game?
What was that game? Like,
yeah.
I was promised it was going to be like Fall Guys, and it in only the most base sense was none of the fun of Fall Guys, and there was a lot of things. There was a lot of quote unquote content, I think.
Right.
But I didn't know
content shaped objects. Yes.
Right. But I didn't know how to interact with any of it.
Yeah, right. Every time we play, to what end are we playing this level? And we didn't have a good answer.
I'm searching my memory banks here, but was there a lot of meat in the game?
There's some meat.
I don't remember.
Well, there's a ton of meat
To qualify as like king of meat, you know?
Yeah, well, I don't remember meat being like a top theme of that game. Actually,
not a huge one. There was some meat though, for sure.
Saints Row design director says IP owner ghosted his prequel pitch. Chris Stockman, the design director of the original Saints Row, says he fears that the franchise is dead after the IP owner, Embracer Group, remember them, allegedly ignored his pitch for a prequel. Stockman, who had been asked to create a pitch for a reboot, revealed on Discord that Embracer has ghosted him, leading him to believe the company is unable to move forward with the series. The idea was going to be it was going to take place in the 1970s, detailing the origins of the gangs from the first game, which he contrasted with the poorly received 2022 reboot, which tried to modernize things and make things slick and kind of a Gen Z without even understanding what Gen Z was. Yeah, that game was bad. This one feels like it's definitely in the that's definitely on ice, and there's no risk of it coming back anytime soon, right?
Yeah, because that's about as good an idea as you can have too, and and it's weird because I mean, do you remake the first two Saints Rows? Maybe Saints Row 3 has already been remastered. Same with 4. So
yep.
Yeah, and then it's Embracer that owns it. So yeah, that series is probably on ice, perhaps permanently.
Mm-hmm.
I even like in a post GTA 6 world, I don't see where a Saints Row game would particularly be successful, especially with like the tone, even with the original trilogy had.
Yeah, we've passed the point where like that parody is like parody,
right?
Yeah.
Right.
Because like GTA
you know how, like
5 even was like clowning on itself.
Yeah. Well, it's like how I can't watch Idiocracy anymore because you're like, oh, like this parody is real. There's a documentary, so you can't. I think that's a similar spot that St. Rose in.
Yeah, and like I see here in chat. If you do a gang based one like the first one, it might have some legs, and it's like but I also think that they don't know how to thread that needle anymore and make that work today and make it feel like a modern game. And I think that's probably where they're at and why they're not doing it. All right, PS5 outsold Switch 2 in the US last month. There was the Circana report. Basically, video game sales are up slightly despite only one new game on the chart, which was Code Vein 2, which was, I think it came in at number 11. But yeah, the PlayStation 5 is selling very well. Seems like they're continuing to do discounts and bundles and stuff like that, and that's helping. And Switch 2 came in at second. That's pretty normal for a console early on in its life cycle because the bell curve is you sell a lot more in year 2 and year 3 and kind of even into year 4 a little bit than you do in the first calendar year that the console is up for sale. But there's a lot more Switch 2s in stores than there ever are of these other very successful consoles. So what do you guys think about the vibes around the Switch 2 right now in terms of how it's performing and how people are feeling about it?
They need more games. They need more like they need more like
Who's
85 plus
like...
Switch 2 Nintendo exclusives right now, right?
It was like right when it came out, there was like a lot of talk about like, oh, there's nothing to play on this thing. Look, there's no way to know. There's no way to know who was saying that since day one.
Oh my god.
It was me. It was always me.
Look, I thought Metroid Prime 4 would be good, okay? I thought I'd be feeling better.
Yeah.
Look,
so did I.
Hey, not a lot of things can be as good as Metroid Prime 4, all right?
It's true.
Nothing
and I was deceived by my favorite video game website where I was like, oh man, 5 out of 5. That means it's going to instantly rule. And my favorite website fucking lied to me.
Hey, your favorite author at your favorite website, please.
You're goddamn right.
God, I love that we're going to give Dan shit for this forever for having us. For how dare you have an opinion that went slightly against the grain?
Oh yeah, that's the best one to get made fun of for. Yeah.
If you like that bit, you're going to be well served the next couple of weeks. Okay, don't worry.
Man, I mean, look, like I know some people have been saying this for a while. I was okay for a while. Like I was fine with Mario Kart. I liked Donkey Kong a ton. Even I liked Kirby Air Ride a lot. Even, and really, it has been. It's been Metroid Prime 4, honestly, where the shift has been like, and like I'm fine because I like RPGs, so I can just go. I bought Wizardry 1, the remake, and that'll probably keep me occupied for a month, and after I play Mio, so I always have things to play. But it is strange. You do expect there to be a bit more exciting Nintendo-based software. There's Pocopia is coming soon. It seems like maybe that's going to be more of a big deal than I initially anticipated. They're gonna announce the new Pokemon game on Friday. Hopefully that looks cool. But boy, I sure would like a direct or something to get an idea of things beyond.
We need one of those. We need like a table setter. You know,
Yeah.
we need a one of those directs where it's like, oh shit, we got the next 16 months laid out,
Yeah.
and we're feeling good
Like,
about
look,
it.
Yeah.
Rhythm Heaven's gonna be cool. The Tomodachi is gonna be cool. They're gonna be great games. There's a Fire Emblem at some point, but
Look, there's only one man that really sells consoles.
Waluigi.
Luigi. Oh.
Exactly. And until he gets his own independent 3D platformer, that shit ain't moving.
It was Zelda's 40th anniversary over the weekend. Nintendo didn't really do much for it, but it's worth pointing out that we're also still on what I think Nintendo might be considering the 40th anniversary for Mario, because that was last year and the movie hasn't come out yet. And that was
April, right? Or something?
That's April, and that was part of that 40th anniversary announcement stuff. So they might still be focused on Mario. When that movie comes out, do you think maybe there's a direct around that time to be like, here's where we can really have the biggest impact about people being excited about Mario, and here's a new 3D Mario announced. There you go. Would that kind of fix the vibes a little bit?
Yes, they need to cash in on the momentum that movie will bring in, right?
Yeah.
That is what needs to sort of happen. I mean, my Switch 2 right now is a glorified Fortnite machine.
It's good.
It's great. It's a great Fortnite machine. But in the same way, people would buy MacBook Pros just to go on Facebook all day. Like, I don't know what to tell you. It needs a shot in the arm for sure. I need to know that there's a cool, exciting roadmap ahead.
Yeah, and I still like a bit more on the cynical side about new 3D Mario. Like, maybe that can happen, but again, like, people just released a game, and maybe they have multiple teams, and maybe that game was in the bank, but still hard to see. But even if it's not that, you could have Next Level show Luigi's Mansion 4, and that can be exciting.
What was the last direct that, like, I feel like there was a decent direct at some point. Was there? Or am I just
it had to be the one that talked about
Metroid
it's not
Prime
the Tomodachi life. Yeah, there was a Metroid Prime 4 one. I mean, this was the one that revealed Fire Emblem, I guess, right? Would probably have been it. Yeah, at the end, which I bet it was an okay direct, but I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. I think you're right, Mike. The 3D Mario is a big question. Do you guys? There's also leaks based on a synopsis for the Mario 2 movie that got out there. I would say it's actually worth avoiding because I was surprised by the character that they name dropped. That's going to be maybe in there.
Oh, I don't want to know.
Well,
I don't want to know.
Shadow the Hedgehog.
Talk about it. Well, because it's like you can maybe see them for a frame in a trailer, and maybe we're imagining it, but it's interesting.
The entire roster of Mike Tyson's Punch Out is in this game?
Yeah,
that's right.
Little
Soda
Mac.
Popinski is there.
Wow. Yep. Little Mac is there with all of his stereotypical friends. It's great.
The perfect time to bring this back.
That'll hit hard. Absolutely. In 2026. Finally, I wrote down here, people are mad about Pokemon.
They're always
Nintendo
mad.
decided to sell those 20-year-old Game Boy Advance versions of Leaf Green and Fire Red, right? That's right. They're going to be $20 each, or they are $20 each. They also don't have multiple languages in it, so if you want like the English and Spanish versions, you got to buy them separately for some reason. That's weird. Yes, very strange. But yeah, everyone's pretty upset about this, and I bet they're going to sell a lot of those copies, or a lot of copies of those games.
Yeah. I'm surprised. Like there's some people who are sad. I've seen a few amount of people like, I'm glad they're doing this instead of NSO because now I'm going to own the game, and I'm like, oh, okay, now. I guess owning a digital copy, quote unquote, is still more ownership to people than having it as part of a subscription service. Sure. I think it's a combination of they can make the money, so why not? And also, maybe it makes it easier for them to integrate it with home. And I know like home support was advertised and then taken back. I assume that's going to be
It seems like it's
part
going
of
to be in
it,
there.
which part of me I always kind of resent that stuff a bit, or whenever people try to justify it, or I think Finelli's side be like, well, because there'd be rewind features on NSO, and I'm always like, I as somebody who just plays these games as RPGs and is not worried about competitive play or making sure that I have my same Squirtle from 20 years ago in my current game, I'm always like, I hate that we have to like go through all of these hoops just for this kind of smaller group of players happy. Now, this is from the asshole who plays Smash Bros. With items off on a Final Destination, right? So I do get it, I suppose. But
Uh,
I think I'm gonna be good. I've played through Gen 1 Pokemon plenty of times. I don't think I'm gonna need to spend $20 just to do it again on a GBA ROM, which those are not very difficult to find.
Yeah, if people really want to play this, yes, exactly.
Yeah, I'm in a similar camp, but on a different side of it with Mike, where I'm a weird Pokemon sicko, and I wouldn't mind if this was on NSO instead. Even the quality of life stuff that I don't know if they've necessarily added, I don't think it's enough to entice me to dip back into Fire Red or Leaf Green. If anything, there's other fan-made Pokemon mods that are doing some wild stuff, cool things that I would invest in instead.
Mm-hmm. I will probably be interested still to watch that Pokemon Day presentation, which is going to happen on, what is that, Thursday morning?
That's
Friday morning.
Friday morning?
Friday
6
morning.
a.m. my
yeah.
time, baby.
All right, so Friday morning.
Gen 10.
We'll talk over that. And I'm sure we'll have more to say about this there. But yeah, Gen 10, all that stuff. We'll see how I feel about Pokemon after that. I bet I'll still have reasons to be mad if I wanted to. All right.
Oh, yeah.
That's just for the headlines.
That's just how Pokemon fans are. Always
Exactly.
mad.
I'm gonna get mad at the starters not being cool enough to me.
No, the starters will be cool. It'll be their evolutions that are
Yeah,
abominations.
they'll look more and more like just boxers, which is always what happens somehow.
The second stage evolution will continue to never matter.
Oh, no. You're going to be that for 50 seconds. Yeah, exactly.
I think I dreamed about War Turtle last night.
Oh, go on.
You don't have to learn everything about me.
Did they get stuck?
I was going to ask, did you get stuck?
You're disgusting. You're gross.
Did you
What
Blastoise?
Oh my god.
Anyway,
gross. You know what?
the headlines are
Just
done.
because of this, I'm believing. I'm not going to be here for the third segment
No,
now.
Mike, stay. Come
I've
on.
had enough.
Come
It's not because I
Mike,
have
I'm
a
sorry.
scheduled doctor's appointment that I can't miss.
I
That's
don't know
on
how to
routine.
read. How do I read YouTube
Oh.
super chats? What?
Yo, I believe in you.
Mikey,
Aw.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
Back to you, Jan.
All right. Well, I'm going to need to take a quick bricky break to deal with the heartbreak of Mikey leaving after this segment. So we're going to do that.
We don't have
now.
to pay him anymore, though, so that's good.
Oh, okay. These are the emails for the show. Emails. Bombcast@giantbomb.com is the email address to send your emails to. You can write in about any and everything. And folks, we continue to be flooded with a bunch of emails. So thank you. It means a lot to me. Thanks for sending in your emails too. And now they're not even trying to get out of an awkward social interaction. Instead, you're just writing in about goings-ons that you've heard on this podcast, other podcasts, the website as a whole. So we're going to read a bunch of them because we got a bunch of them. Also, Mike Minotti had to leave. Scout, please. I know. You're also excited about emails.
Oh, Scout. Oh, this is new, Scout.
She's investigating something here.
Okay.
All right. Well, starting with the first email here, Miles from Saskatoon writes in, "Hey, Deuterinos, I was on my way to work this morning when I Want You by Savage Garden came on the radio. I was instantly transported to watching JoJo along with Jeff's Bizarre Adventure Show and reminded how much I miss it. My question for you all is there a song you hear that makes you think of a specific scene or show or movie? Another one for me is the dang Outer Wilds theme. It takes me to the ending of the game." Okay. Love you all. Miles from Saskatoon.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely songs that do that. I mean, obviously, it's going to be like big ones, right? Like, I don't know, anything from a Scorsese movie. All of those are just big needle drops. So
Sure.
he does a good job of associating that music with those scenes from those films. Yeah.
Yeah. Man, those outro JoJo songs are so good.
So wait, am I to understand that Savage Garden's "I Want You" was an outro song for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?
That's correct.
Wow.
For,
That's
I
amazing.
think, season 3 or 4. Then
That's incredible. Okay, amazing.
Yeah. And then yeah, like when I hear any of those songs, it's just like, oh my God, I just think like there's something about, and apparently there was I've not watched all of the JoJo's yet, but like apparently there's like I think there's a Soundgarden one too, I think in future seasons. I'm not 100% sure. about that. But what's the other one? Roundabout? Yeah, Roundabout.
Roundabout, yeah.
Roundabout is probably the one that like everyone is familiar with, even if you don't know anything about JoJo's.
Yeah.
Right, that was a meme, yeah.
When I think of when I hear Tears for Fears, I guess it's head over heels. I just think Donnie Darko.
Yeah, I was gonna. If you would have had me guess, I would have said you're probably thinking of Donnie Darko. Okay.
That I think that is such a real powerful fly through introduction of the school in that movie. I gotta go back and watch that again. It's been a couple years. Fill up the old Donnie Darko tank, you know.
Oh yeah. I have not seen that in a long time either. I wonder what I would think at this point. Dazed and Confused, the entire soundtrack of that, basically.
Sure.
You can play any song from there, and I'll be like, okay, yeah, I'm thinking of this moment from Dazed and Confused, which I guess the director was like, in order to get those songs, he gave up his rights of like the album sales for the official movie soundtrack, and that was like one of the best-selling soundtracks of all time.
Wow.
So missed out on a chunk of change there.
I think, and this is sort of where we're just going with the emailer's question, but like, yes, in terms of movie soundtracks, I think Dazed and Confused is one of those. I also think The Wedding Singer is one of those as well.
Yeah.
The Wedding Singer soundtrack is banger after banger, and I'm just instantly transported to that film when I hear some of those tracks for sure.
There's going to be an interesting delineation when the song I Need a Hero comes on, because there will be a group of millennials that will forever associate it with Shrek, and then little gimmicks, Gen Zers out there that will associate with the Super Mario movie. So interesting. The Pest song always reminds me of The Pest.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Reminds me of the Declaration of Independence.
Yes. And oh boy. All right, moving along. Casey from Texas writes in, "Hi, duders. I'm so glad to hear about Jan's new health kick. I started taking semaglutide.
Semaglutide.
I'm going to continue to mispronounce it, and counting calories, and I've lost over 90 pounds in 9 months. It was shockingly easy to do so.
Moly.
Limiting myself to around 1,500 calories a day and minimal exercise. I'm the lightest I've ever been in my adult life. Keep it up, Jan, and fuck ice." Casey from Texas.
What is sorry.
No, it's not smegma. Nope.
Huh.
What is semaglutide?
It is the Zempi. That's a
Oh, it is.
Ah.
Oh, it's like the actual.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
It's what? Yes, there's tirzepatide as well, which is like a slightly more improved formula, less nausea, more effective. But semaglutide is like the first one, and that's Zempi.
Got it.
All right. Dom from Colorado writes in, "Hey, duders. My son is in the 3rd grade and loves basketball. He was signed up for a local Little League. However, with no coach, his season was in jeopardy. I decided to step up and coach. And when I say I'm the least qualified person to coach, that's an overstatement, if anything. I've only played once in middle school, never made a basket, and my dad had to yell at me to move my arms because I ran like an anime character.
Sweet.
I was extremely nervous about the experience, but it turned out to be one of the best things I've ever done. Our team is currently 4-1, and it's been such an incredible experience. The kids on this team are so amazing, and I've been able to share an experience with my son that we'll both remember forever. I'm so proud of them. They're an amazing group of boys. Have any of you ever decided to try something new that you really were hesitant about that ended up being one of the best things you ever did? Keep up the great work. You all rock. Dom from Colorado. P.S. Whenever I wear a Giant Bomb shirt, I get so many compliments, and there's so many fans of the site out there. You all have a lot of love."
Oh,
that's nice.
Thanks, Dom.
Yeah. This is I bet I could think of examples. I don't know. I feel like everything I did as a kid, especially, I was hesitant about, and then when I ended up doing it, I probably had a good time or it was formative. So like when my parents made me join the snow club or ski club, I should say. That was not my choice. I didn't have any say in that whatsoever. And then I did it and really ended up enjoying it, and it's been a big part of my life since.
Neato.
Why are we not skiing together?
I don't know. It's expensive.
I know, but like, well, we can. Seems like a retreat. Seems like some sort of
Oh yeah, we should
offable thing, you know?
Exactly.
Can I just like
All right,
toboggan
let's
down?
make it happen.
Can I just
Yes.
like go in a
Yeah.
tube?
Yeah. People are rocking those foot skis now.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to try that. That looks like fun.
I'll try that out.
Okay.
Yeah, they're basically like they
Just
just
like roller skates.
Yeah, they just want them to be like independent. They're almost like little ice skates, really.
Yeah.
With like a tiny snowboard on your boot.
Oh,
Yeah.
neato.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right.
I say that this does fly with my theory that coaches for most teams in most sports, it doesn't matter. It doesn't. Like, you don't need to know what you're doing. It's going to come down to whether or not the players are good. They're the ones actually doing it. So, yeah, in the middle school, go and coach any team, even if you never have made a basket in that sport in your life.
I hate to say this, but I would like to 100% disagree.
I think maybe for little kids, they're 4-1 though, Backlar. This person doesn't know what they're doing. I'm just saying the evidence is right there.
Maybe they're doing plays. Maybe they're like hyping up the team in a way.
No, that you're right. That's important. Like if you can make a team that actually cared, that's I mean, like the X's and O's are far less important than they make it out to be.
Like third grade, you're how old? What is it like? You're 8, maybe?
You're 8. It's
yeah.
5
It
plus
definitely starts to matter at some point.
I'll tell you when it stops mattering again. It's in college. All that matters in like college sports, all that matters is recruiting. If you're good at recruiting, you're gonna have the best team. And if you're bad at recruiting, you're gonna have a bad team. And that's
I'll just say this, right? Like, the level of competition that I watch my kid play in hockey now, it's like really making substantial jumps. And sometimes they will play a team that doesn't have one standout superstar, but the team is rock
the team plays
solid,
together.
and they pass, and they know, and they see
makes a difference.
And when you watch that from a bird's eye view, especially like being in the crowd, and you see a team click like that, you're like, oh my fucking God. Like these kids are like from a different planet, and none of them stand out, but they just all are in sync. And I think that stuff is what you get from good coaching. Obviously, like the ballers, the superstars are just always going to be like, one person shows, but yeah.
Fantastic. Next email comes from Chris from Alabama. Hey, Bombcast. So Jan recently has mentioned starting the journey of watching One Piece, and I was really curious to hear your thoughts on it so far. Also, as a fellow TCG player, I highly recommend checking out the One Piece TCG. The game is fantastic to play, the cards look amazing, a little tougher to get at the moment due to Pokemon scalpers moving into it lately, but it's definitely worth checking out. Chris from Alabama. Hey, One Piece, it's like 1,000+ episodes, I think, and I know it's going to take an obscene amount of time to catch up to wherever it is in modern day or whatever. Or
are you even considering catching up? That's insane.
I'm just putting it on. It's just on, and I'm just
that?
watching it. And here's the thing that I am the most upset about. I feel like I've existed on the internet publicly where people have grown to know my tastes for quite a while. And people know that I love found families. I love overthrowing things. I love speaking about found families, I love a ragtag group of misfits led by a bunch of weirdos. This is my fucking shit. What the hell? How come no one's like sat me down and said, you need to watch this. This is what
no
you
one's
like.
ever talked about One Piece on the internet. I've never seen it
so
once.
Weird, but specifically sat me down.
Yes, I know exactly how you feel, Jen. Like it's for you. Like Cowboy Bebop. I was like, no one ever's like, hey, Backler, this is like the most your shit thing ever. No one did shit.
Yeah,
no one told me anything.
Exactly. And
I feel you, man. You're right.
And it's just like one of those things of like, do y'all not actually like me out there that you didn't want to put this thing in front of me that I would love? It's, Backlar and I have been hurt. But it's fine.
People are assholes, Jan. People are assholes. That's the answer.
I had a good friend named Adult Swim that showed me Cowboy Bebop and Foolie Cooley and all the best animes. I don't need any other friends.
But I turned it off because it confused me. So it's not my fault. Whenever it turned into that, whenever Aqua Teen went off and then the anime came on, I said, I'm not supposed to understand that.
This is too titillating. I need an adult.
Yeah.
But God, I suddenly understand why the straw hat flag I see at every protest that I attend.
Buddy.
Because man, I get it. Media literacy, all-time low. All-time low it's ever been, right? People, big dummies out there. But if you watch this show and don't understand how much it is saying, fuck the government. They're trying to exploit us. Let's work together as people and save each other. Dog, you got to do more than touch grass. Go back to fucking school, you dumb fuck. Anyway, I'm really enjoying it. I'm going to stick with it. So far, I really love Usopp. Also, I love that on Netflix, at least, it'll have like TV 14, blah, 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 suggestive content. And every single episode, one of the suggestive content things that they show is smoking, because one character is just constantly smoking. And
I get it.
all right. Gosh, we have so many emails now, and I feel like I'm drowning in them. Okay, this one comes from Ty from Portland. Howdy, gents. Just a heads up that what was Boy Scouts is now Scouting America and allows everyone to join. My daughter sold the shit out of popcorn this year and loved the Pinewood Derby. Just thought I would bring you all to the modern era. Ty from Portland.
Yeah, I think Emmy would really like the Pinewood Derby. The Pinewood Derby ruled. You guys ever do that?
No.
In Boy Scouts?
Mm-mm.
Now called Scouting of America. It's
No.
you get a little block of pine wood in a box. You get to carve it into whatever shape you want,
this
and
is
then
the
you affix
small
the wheels.
one.
Yes.
Okay.
And then you go and you take your car and you put it on a big platform that has like 4 tracks or whatever, and everyone, like all the other cars, get put on there, and then they just let the gate down, and whoever gets to the bottom fast, like you put weight on your Pinewood car, and you could distribute it how you want. Whoever has the fastest car wins, and that's so you kind of run races all day. It was dumb and fun. It was really formative.
We should have a Pinewood Derby.
We could just have a Pinewood Derby. There's no one stopping us.
There's no one stopping us. Okay. All right.
And we should allow cheating. Yes, we could do all kind. Like, yeah, there's a weight limit, but if you can find a way around it, yeah.
My car is just going to be grease.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Pinewood Derby week is coming.
Okay.
2027.
Fantastic. 27. We have too many weeks planned this year.
Yeah.
All right. Last email of the show, and then we'll get to YouTube super chats. Cooper in San Jose writes in, "Hey, Bombers. Last year, my dog Moneypenny passed away. And a few months later, my partner and I were looking to get a new cat. I wanted a dog. She wanted a cat. So we compromised and got 2 cats. For about 7 months, I've been struggling on how to play video games with these cats. They love to hit sparks.
Well, they don't have thumbs, so
they love to hit sparks on parries in Sekiro, small dust particles in RE4 Remake, and go absolutely crazy with everything going on in Sectori. I've pretty much had to put any game with small moving particle effects on hold while the cats are awake. Any advice for how to play these games without cats going into complete hunting mode and blocking the screen from sight? Love everything y'all are doing. Cooper in San Jose."
yeah, that's wild. But both cats do this. Usually, it's like a cat will maybe occasionally care about what's on the TV. Are they young cats? Maybe because they'll chill out if they get older. If they're still young, that makes sense. If they're older and still doing this, they might just do it forever. Yeah, look, you might just be stuck with this. That's how it goes. That's what owning a cat is. Their personality is what you just have to deal with. They're not going to change.
Yeah, and now there's 2 of them that you got to deal with. I hope you get one of those cool space station looking litter boxes.
Oh, yeah.
I just can't add anything to this without sounding like a goddamn monster. So I'm just keep my stupid mouth shut.
Look at the growth, folks.
Yeah, that's pretty good of
growth,
him.
baby.
Come on, let's give him good job, Backler. Well done. I'm afraid of those spaceship port litter boxes. I'm afraid it's going to eat my cat.
Fair enough.
So I don't want to use them.
All right. Cooper has a PS here. PS, was having a discussion with one of my students about San Jose, and I was telling them how, yes, technically it's a part of the Bay Area, but it doesn't have the culture of the Bay Area. Any thoughts on this, Jan? Let me tell you, Coop. I'll give it to San Jose. The people born and raised in San Jose, they got the Bay Area in them. They got the yay in them. Everyone else, though, God, get the fuck out of there. God, all these people that are repulsed by street vendors selling them hot dogs. Oh, no, I can't have that. This is not up to code. You're not wearing gloves. You don't take Venmo.
America.
Get the fuck out of here, you stupid fuck. Sorry, I'm feeling a little spicy. All right, anyway, YouTube Super Chats. Here we go. I figured out how to get it. Side Bottomer writes in, "My cat passed away today, and I'm just lost without what to do and can't stop crying. It would mean so much to me to just hear people say her name. Olive Marie." The hours I've spent with her taking in GB, I don't know if there's more to this. I actually don't know how to read super chats, but thank you, Side Bonimer. Rest, happy trails, happy pause to Olive Marie.
Olive Marie.
Yeah, sorry to hear that.
Cheryl2289, Olive Marie, we'll miss you forever. Love your mama, me, and your daddy, Side Bonimer. Aw.
Oh, Olive Marie, you'll be missed.
I love Marie. Migsy writes in, Blight Club's back. All right. Oh, I guess that was supposed to be like Backstreet Boys.
Yeah, back.
Blight Club's back. All
All right.
Migsy also writes in, gents, do you think Phil Spencer is playing the heretic duology since he has so much free time now?
Oh yeah, finally getting in on that. Yeah.
What do you think?
Going back.
What do you think P. Spence is going to get up to in his retirement or post?
He's going to go back to Destiny. He's going to play 7,000 more hours of Destiny, and that's it.
I want him to resurface in the public eye, maybe like in a year from now, and just have long hair.
Oh, that would rule.
Yeah.
If he goes all David Letterman on us and just comes back completely gray with a gigantic beard,
yeah,
it'll be all right.
I want him to get off the Zempi also, and just I want him to be look like a healthy person. I care.
I want him to get big and strong. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's do that. But he also has to pick up he always wears sunglasses now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie. I would watch the "What's Phil Doing Now" reality show. I would be like, "What's my man up to these next 6 months?" I would, yeah.
Phil, I mean, you've been on the couch before. You want to be like a rotating chair on the dump truck?
Yeah, you can just. come sleep on our couch.
Yeah,
I feel like a couch appearance now makes more sense than ever.
Yeah,
better now.
Alex WP, did you take your tree down yet, Mike, or did you just sing the Grub song all weekend? We'll never know.
I choose to believe he just sang the Grub song.
Yeah, I think that tree is still up. I think he cleaned his house, but I think he was like, well, the tree can stay up for the winter. So this dude says that's the voice in his head. Yeah.
Bobby Hot Dog 91, the Vancouver child kicker is among us. Be wary of long backs and weak ankles. Office chairs stand no chance. I don't know.
I think it's a Jimmy Buffett song.
Oh.
Is Vancouver? Okay, Bobby Hot Dog, explain yourself. I like your energy, but explain yourself.
Don't like what you stand for because of the hot dogs, probably though.
Yeah.
All right, Mike on drums writes in, hanging out passenger side of his best friend's ride. That's Mike Minotti.
Yeah,
cool. Pretty good.
CLF 2910. Mike, pitch your Highway to Hell Diablo series. I want to see it. Well, he can't now. He can't do it.
No. Yeah, we don't let him pitch anyhow.
Big Fresh 37. I can't believe Phil Spencer didn't put over Gunter on his way out. Yeah, it's a shame. You want to normally
leave him with a title like that. Yeah,
exactly. You go out on your back. Come on, Phil. 3-laid runner. Any future plans for video podcasts in the premium feed on Apple Podcasts would be pretty sweet. That is a little bit more challenging for Chuck to do because of RSS feeds and how Apple Podcasts handles video. But we're gonna put it
Chuck
on.
Chuck just vetoed this, so yeah, no, it's not.
oh, okay. I guess you could just do that. Okay.
Yeah.
Zombie Porn writes in, regarding Kind of Funny and Night Rain. Didn't they have a community member on their team? Bringing in a ringer makes that win not count.
Also, it's like they won some made-up competition. Like, we didn't play against them in Night Rain. We played Night Rain at the same time. Come on, that's nothing. That's not a real video game. Come on.
Grub, this is a side hustle here. Everyone listening right now, stop listening. Wasn't that technically baby steps? We just made up a competition.
Oh, that doesn't matter. I'm good at doing that. So,
okay. Got it.
Bringing in a ringer, bringing in a ringer like that though there's not much more disrespect you could bring to healthy competition than bringing a ringer. That's like such a disrespect.
Yeah, we brought in a friend, Pugtato, right, to help with when they did the in-person thing for Pizza Bandit.
Which is fine,
but he's not a ringer, right? He's just another guy. He's from the community, but it's not he's a Pizza Bandit expert.
No, we needed another team member, and we got him. You know, that exactly. He rose to the call. It wasn't there with any nefarious insider information.
That kind of funny nefariousness, yeah.
Here's my pitch. I think we should just be the superpowers, a la Hulk Hogan, fuck Hulk Hogan, and Macho Man, Randy Savage, where we unite against everyone else. Imagine the unbridled powers of Kinda Funny and Giant Bomb teaming up against all the other video games media out there. No one would stand a chance.
We take on all comers. Yeah, open challenge. Okay,
Mega
that feels
powers.
good.
Mega powers. Sorry. Like imagine 4 of us, the combination of perhaps Snowbike Mike, Andy Cortez, myself, Mike Minotti, playing Deadlock against. It doesn't matter who we're against, frankly, because they lose.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hoplon 23. I'm probably late, but a few bombcasts ago, Jan asked for Mugenics with Rabbids. What about Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle and Sparks of Hope? I liked those games. Those games are fun.
Yeah, I never really played the second one at all, and I should. I own it.
Rio Raku Bacalar. Who's on your Mount Rushmore of 2000s emo and or pop punk bands from New Jersey?
This is like the easiest and hardest question. All right, we're talking 2000s. We're gonna say, well, I think okay. We're gonna do, just to get it out of the way, MCR. We'll just put My Chem on there. New Jersey Zone, Summit, New Jersey Zone, Gerard Way, fine, solidified on the mountain. Let's do the Get Up Kids. Let's do Thursday. And finally, number 1, by a country mile, no one comes close to this band. I've never heard of a band more referred to, more thanked, more referenced, and I feel like their credibility continues to rise year after year after year, especially with like the renaissance of what feels like the next kind of pop punk, maybe emo little aftershock that we're currently in right now. And that band, ladies and gentlemen,
John Bon Jovi.
No, that band is Saves the Day.
Saves the Day.
Saves the Day. No one comes close. Without Saves the Day, there's probably no Fall Out Boy. There's probably no
Tie-dyed suicide. Yeah, no tie-dyed suicide.
Well, that goes without saying. Saves the Day is so underappreciated. I think now they're finally getting their flowers, but yeah, I mean nothing comes close to Saves the Day. A truly iconic instrumental band in that scene.
Okay.
From the great state of New Jersey.
There you go. That does it for YouTube Super Chats. Thank you for everyone for sending those in. And thank you everyone for emailing the show. Once again, that's bombcast at giantbomb.com. Boys, what do we got going on the rest of this week? A whole lot, actually. We got a stacked and packed week. Game this morning's popping off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right, Grib?
That's correct, Jan.
Fantastic. Blight Club returns tomorrow. I'm sorry, that's a mistake. Blightning Round returns tomorrow.
Yeah, Blinking, you'll miss it, everybsee.
You'll miss
Mike's he's gonna finish that game. Even before you tune in, he might finish it. Who knows?
Yes. Let's see. Later today, we have a new episode of 9 Lives of Mr. Mustafa Fleas. Chuck guiding, or well, let's say Grub and I sitting shotgun while Chuck has an existential crisis in the world of Skyrim. Let's see, what else do we got going on this week? Marry Me Tomodachi continues. The loving festivities are going to kick off this week, where Abby Russell, our dear, dear friend Abby Russell, tries to help us all find love. But one of us has to win, and I want to win.
Yeah.
Voicemail dump truck popping off on Thursday. We may have a special surprise guest that we will announce soon. We talked about this earlier, but Grub, myself, probably Sean, probably maybe someone else, maybe a dear special friend, are going to talk over the Pokemon Presents on Friday morning. Game this morning's Friday as well. And then UPF, Steam, Next Fest, demos. Gang, there's some other surprises popping off. Scheduled surprises.
Oh, yeah.
Popping off this week. Oh, and then Friday to wrap up the week, Mr. Minotti is going to do a long launch stream of Resident Evil Requiem. If you're too scared. Jeff Backler, you're raising your hand, sir.
Yes, I'm sorry. I have to call in with an instant correction. I don't know why my brain farted like this. The Get Up Kids are not from New Jersey. They're from the Midwest. I believe Missouri.
Midwest is the New Jersey of America.
No,
so
in their place, I would like to insert the band Lifetime.
Okay. My favorite channel.
Very good. Sorry for all the emo people who were banging their heads against their walls with my blasphemous statement.
You made them feel rage, which is an emotion, so they're grateful to you.
Which is what emo is built out of, is it not?
What it's built on, absolutely.
Right. Misplaced rage. There you go, boys. Did I forget anything? We got anything else going on?
This is the run will be happening again at some point when Dan's back from assignment, so be ready for that. We'll have lots of other fun stuff. Keep an eye out.
Yes. Apologies, folks, for missing Mist yesterday. Tummy troubles. But anyway, that about does it for the show. Folks, thanks for listening. He's been Jeff. Mike was here. Shouts out to Sean for editing the show. Shouts out to Chuck. Shouts out to Will. Shouts out to Dan on assignment. Folks, we're all a bundle of nerds here. I've been Jan Show. We'll see you next week for another episode of the Giant Bombcast. Until then, we love you. Goodbye.